Internet. My name is Taliesin.
And I'm Evita.
And welcome to a WoW podcast. Obviously, episode number...
46?
It is episode number 46. Yay! We made it, fam. And welcome to the podcast.
Hey guys, what's up?
We're here. Hey, everyone.
Everybody.
Happy patch day. Happy 11.2. Happy the future of World of Warcraft. We're here.
It's here and it's happening.
Yeah, exactly. I got loads of sound playing from
Yeah,
somewhere, and I got to work out where it is. I got a whole ton of sound playing.
Go.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, good now.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Koresh, but also bye-bye, Koresh. It was nice knowing you. Rip the war within. Welcome to Midnight, because we got like a new WoW patch with all the exciting things, but also who cares about that? Because ever nearer is coming the new expansion with hints and kind of little feeds about what the announcement is going to be, updates to Gamescom, and data mining of like epic editions with hints as to lore implications for the expansion there as well. So we've got so much to talk about, Evie. Whoa, how are you? Hi, how's things?
Hey, good to see you.
Look how excited I am.
I am also excited. I'm just channeling my excitement. It is so good to be here, guys. It's amazing. Hello to everyone on YouTube.
Yes, we are currently streaming live on YouTube, as we always do, to record this show. And we're currently today also streaming live on Twitch, so that those who want to get their Twitch drops that come with the new patch, and there's a little panda thing which no one will ever use, and you can still get your turtle shell as well, right? Which everyone should use because it's absolutely amazing.
Yes, for sure. So we're here for both of you guys. We provide the service for all of you today. We are also both wearing denim today, which
May I remind you about your service providing later on? Can I just give you a little nudge? When you think your day is over and you're going to sleep, I'll just give you a little nudge and go,
I serve the stream.
That's why we've got so many subs. Amazing. And yes, you're right. We've got for those who are watching the VOD or the live recording and who aren't just listening, and God bless you people who just listen to this podcast on your favorite podcast listening platforms, because you are the underrated heroes of this podcast. You wait patiently for days at a time, sometimes weeks, on the off chance that maybe we're going to upload this podcast for you. Sometimes there's technical issues that I don't think would be make it good to upload. So sometimes there's just no upload at all, even if there was an episode. And bless you, you don't complain, except some of you in my DMs, and you get on with it, and you are the silent heroes of this podcast, and we love you. Unfortunately, you can't see right now, you guys, that me and Evie are in double denim and we are rocking it. And lots of you would be angry that I'm not in my promised cosplay yet again. This isn't the cosplay that I'm planning, but this is a cosplay. I've come as you, Evie. Look.
I was going to say, yeah.
As usual, because we are brother and sister, as everyone knows, right? So we are, that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about our experiences of 11.2 so far. We're going to be talking about some of the controversies around 11.2 so far. We're going to be talking about the epic editions and pre-orders of Midnight, and there's items in there, there's early accesses in there's lore stuff in there, and we're going to be looking at all of that, and of course looking forward to the release of the raid and the Mythic Plus season next week as well. If there's anything you would like us to talk about this episode, if you're watching live, don't forget you can just drop some super chats in our YouTube.
Yes, on the YouTubes.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll come back to all the super chats at the end and address those. And we'll talk about anything you want. I don't mind. I prefer it if it's WoW. Sometimes I don't, honestly. Sometimes WoW news is a bit slow, and I prefer not talking about it. And it's nice to have something else to talk about. But actually, I'm looking forward to some WoW talk today.
I think there's plenty to talk about, Tally.
Especially because we've been so busy with videos and stuff.
Oh my god!
This is actually our first episode in a couple of weeks, isn't it? So
it is, and I think it's the first time where we've actually sat down and talked about the patch. I know we usually do this for the podcast anyway. We try to kind of have our conversation live here and air all of our thoughts and grievances. But for real, we it is so busy. It also, God bless the UK. It is also school holidays. And that just lined up perfectly with the launch of the patch, like just so
Perfect.
beautifully. Just, so they're screaming children. They're like grandparents trying to rein in the screaming children.
they're screaming.
Who are also screaming. Everyone's screaming.
They're screaming because they're like, Daddy, Daddy, why there are so many bugs? I just want to play Koresh. Daddy, Daddy, Aleria was never Ranger General. What does this mean?
I know.
And fair enough, honestly. Do you know what I mean? They're smart kids.
They are, yeah. So, so it's there's just a chorus of screams on the internet, in this house, and everywhere. So, we're gonna cut through all that today. We're gonna have a nice chat about it.
I went downstairs just to check on the kids before we started this podcast, and they are currently riding around the living room, hallway, and kitchen on their little cars and scooters and things, while Granny is there with 2 swimming noodles doing an assault course and to go through like Super Mario Karts. So there we go. I'm sure we won't be disturbed. We're okay. We might not have a house left.
Yeah, no.
I just very carefully moved the laptop off the little table. I was like, no, guys, you carry on, and also shut the fuck up. So it was good. Yeah, very fun. Much more fun than this podcast. And in fact, we had a very, I was a bit worried with the whole dual streaming thing because it doesn't always work. But we actually, it looks like we managed to start this podcast today with considerably less bugs than the launch of 11.2. We're officially better than Blizzard. Put it on a t-shirt. We're better than Blizzard. They suck compared to us.
Now, we had a slightly different experience with patch day because you just jumped in right away in the morning. You were streaming all day yesterday. I saved my patch experience for bedtime in the evening, put on my headphones, got super cozy. So I wonder if anything had been ironed out in the meantime, because while I did experience a few bugs here and there, I wouldn't say that I was like, screaming, crying, and throwing up in response to bugs.
What?
How was it? How was it for you?
It was pretty buggy.
Yeah.
None of the bugs were like particularly bad. There was nothing like game breaking or anything like that. There was, well, first of all, my experience was that I logged in and I was in Undermine because I suddenly realized I hadn't actually finished all of my Undermine side quests. So I was like, I really want to finish those before I start 11.2 stuff, because once I'm in Koresh, it's like, I remember from the PTR, it's such a big, bold, oppressive kind of thing, and I just want to be totally immersed. I've never played it with the music and stuff because I was kind of done by with the PTR by the time the music dropped in it and stuff. And so I just really want to do that. I was like, well, I don't want Undermine quests clogging up my quest log and stuff. So I dived in and I started doing some, and they're long. Those. Have you done all the Undermine quests?
Yeah,
I had not.
I think I have.
Some of them are really, really involved, and have multiple stages. And I would go as far as to say it's done the best side quests ever in the game, honestly. And what did I do? There was like a bank heist. I took part in a bank heist.
Bank heist is brilliant.
Holy
Wait,
heck.
you hadn't done these? Okay, we have a very different approach.
Well, no, I think I just missed my window on it, really, because I think I was busy with something else.
Okay, fair.
And so just forgot they were there, really. And so I did a bank heist. There was like a bit where we all gathered outside the Galagio to hand over the deeds to like Gallywix's nephew or something, and he got blown up in a mob hit.
See, I
hadn't done any of that, and then Columbo comes along and starts like solving the crime and stuff. And it was, I swear to God, it was like some of the best questing I've ever done in WoW. But there was lots of it, and I don't think I actually managed to finish. I've got a couple left, unfortunately. But I loved.
It's not like they're going away. You can
every
still do them.
moment of it. So I'm gonna have to go back to Undermine once I'm done with Koresh.
I'm surprised you didn't do that. Well, actually, no, I understand. And so because of that, and especially I think since Dragonflight, basically, I'm like a 100% quester in whatever zone I'm working in at the time. Except, okay, slight exception is when I've been working, through the new stuff in the new patch, and you kind of realize that it's like, okay, I actually need to be a little bit more powerful, and then I actually need to I just need to complete the main story quest first and then do side quests. I need to get some chores done, and then I'll go back to the side quests. But typically, my gameplay philosophy is like, if I'm there, and there's a new patch, particularly if there's a new expansion, like I just 100% each area and zone.
Yeah, because I came across you and you were doing side quests in Tazavesh, and you hadn't even left Tazavesh.
I know, you're like, how's it going?
There's
and
a war on. Come on, man.
I'm still in Tazavesh. It's cool in here.
He's all like, blah, 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 blah.
It's really good. It's really good.
So I logged on. I logged in and I was in Undermine, but then I went to pick up my quest, and I picked up my quest from Locust Walker. And, there's like, remind me what's happened up to this point thing, which I almost didn't click on because I was like, I don't need reminding, do I?
Yeah.
I've done all the quests. I'm a professional World of Warcraft player. I remember, like, I've made literal videos on all the cinematics and stuff. But I did click on it, and it was a new cinematic. And I was like, that would have been very easy to miss. Why was that so easy to miss? And I wonder if there was any like people in the chat who did miss that cinematic initially. Could have been quite strange.
Yeah, just being like, I don't need to click that. I know what we've done.
Yeah. So I did. I talked to everyone and went there. So I did see the cinematic. It's an absolute banger cinematic. Really, really like it. Absolutely fantastic setup to the patch and stuff. Nice Xal'atath foot shot as well. And that's good. I didn't get a splash screen when I logged in either.
Oh. Okay, that sounds very buggy.
Telling me about the patch.
I did encounter a couple of bugs last night, particularly around questing, like some phase diving stuff where like I constantly had the options to leave untethered space, and it won't work. There are a couple of quests where like I couldn't collect like little void globules. I had to like collect void globules, and then I had to keep like reloading in order to collect them. But I mean, those were all just like little ones that threw me off for a little while. Some of them were side quests, some of them were main story quests, which kind of like, I had to spend a huge amount of time on. The worst was the boss kept resetting.
What boss?
Reshanor, the world boss.
Oh, right.
I was just unable to do it last night. Managed to do it this morning. But last night, the world boss, like, you would be in a raid group and it would start filling up. And after a certain point, I kept joining raid groups to see, like, when it happened. At a certain point, he would just disappear and phase away. And everyone would be like, WTF?
Are you sure that's not because the raid leader rage quit? Because there was a lot of rage when I tried to do that world boss. For those of you who don't know, it's a big dragon world boss. He's kind of awesome. And he shifts between, the phase diving phase, the nether phase, and like the outer phase and stuff like that. He exists in both. And you can jump between the two. Or I guess the optimum is to have like a team in the nether and then a team in the thing. But he's actually got a mechanic. He's got an actual mechanic, and WoW players can't cope with this, right?
Mechanics.
So, like, he puts out a big damage thing, which will tick down
like really hard.
Most people's health, like 100%. Yeah. So, like, it's going to need actual real life healers to be healing the group, or it's going to need you to hit a damage mitigation or whatever. So I just did like my Shadow Priest like meld thing, and I survived it every time. But yeah, a lot of people. Were just dying and coming back. And I did first time as well until I realized what was going on. I think we had like 2 healers in the entire group, and it died. And so many people were like, well, that was just terrible boss, Blizz. Terrible boss. It's like, bitch, next time, like, queue up as a healer. Like, seriously, it's like, fine. It's got a mechanic.
Yeah, there's like an element of jank in the beginning of every patch or launch or whatever. But I think there's also an element of like, people are figuring it out.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
You're learning what's happening. Not everyone's going to know what's happening. Like, no one in my group did like switching the phase diving during the thing. It was like me and one other guy, and we were just doing like 1 billion DPS.
Really?
Yeah, because
That's
awesome. It actually like.
But there are lots of ads to kill on the phase that he's just left as well.
Yeah, of course.
So there's something to do while you're waiting, sort of thing.
Definitely.
And I guess if you are scared about the damage, a good thing to do would be to always be killing the ads and never be in the phase where he's going to do the big whatever. But like, it's one of those things that people won't even think about in about a week's time.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, it took a long time to whittle him down because every now and then the whole group would just die and there'd be a couple of people left, sort of thing. So I loved it. I thought it felt really good.
It was fun, and then but like phase diving, like the platforms are actually really far away, and so you have to like kind of disengage. You have to like drop combat so you can mount right over to the thing. Go phase dive. You can't.
Well, that's why I think
you just
the
run in
optimum
phase
is to have
diving.
2 teams.
Yeah, exactly.
Some in the phase and some out of the phase.
Exactly. And then he flies away, and everyone's like, "Oh shit!" Like it's. I thought it's quite funny actually.
I was doing it, and I laughed every time like everyone died, and the first time I died as well. I was like, "Oh, nice!" And I came back, and I thoroughly enjoyed the fight. It took about 10 minutes, maybe.
Yeah,
it didn't. It probably took like 5 minutes, but it felt like a long time for a world boss.
Yeah.
And I was like shocked at the rage afterwards. I thought we'd all had a good time.
Yeah.
I was like, like, dudes, I thought we were having fun.
Well, I was having a good time until he dropped me some loot, which was a belt.
I got a belt as well. And I was really excited at first. I was like, oh, is that better than my belt? And I was like, no, because I'm wearing a 701 belt.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I got a lot of bugs where
tell me about your bugs.
The steps of a
Let's
quest
hear it.
wouldn't progress. You know, it would be like it wouldn't move on to the next step of a quest.
Okay.
And I would have to not like /reload. I would have to literally log out, as in go to the warband screen and then log back in, and then it would have automatically have moved on.
Okay.
Which is, I mean, you know, in the grand
Sure.
scheme of things, no biggie, right? But still a little bit annoying.
I had the one bug that was actually getting to me last night. I think it's resolved this morning. I think it was tied to dialogue UI, but every time I would click to open a quest or turn something in, the page would open, but then the the sound effect would come about half a second to a second later. And it was like, and it was so jarring.
Game ruined. Are you kidding me? Get out. This shit sucks.
Like, you know, and then when I would loot something, like, it would take like an extra second. So all that, I think, that's just normal, just patch shenanigans. And I don't know if it was the add-on or whatever, but that is gone now. Yeah. And I was like, okay, this is fine now. But yeah, I you know, it's all part of the process. Other than that, I found it like pretty smooth. It was pretty smooth sailing. But also didn't feel like overrun. Like it didn't, you know, it felt like I wasn't competing with a billion people to do the same stuff. Maybe it's because I was doing.
Do you know why? Because no one's playing the game. Because the game's dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's over. I always forgot. Sorry, silly me. I completely forgot.
No, I feel the same actually. And it wasn't like there was. But there are clearly lots of people in the phase and stuff. Because when I went to the world boss, I mean, there was like 1 million people kind of doing it. It was great fun, and I love all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so
yes. That was our
sort of
first
bugs
impressions.
notwithstanding.
Bugs, yeah.
What are your impressions of the various parts of this patch? Like, you know, how was your experience of the campaign story when you went in there, and your general experience of like the zone and the new stuff?
Yeah. So we've gotten to play through the first 3 chapters of the story. And
so, okay, I'm going to go ahead and say that's a bit disappointing.
Oh, okay.
Because obviously I played through all of them in the PTR, all in one go. And just like with Undermine, it felt awesome.
Yeah.
It felt awesome to play all the story in one go. It felt really big and substantial. It comes to like a natural conclusion and stuff like that. And it just felt really good. And so I like with Undermine, I was raving. Absolutely raving about like the campaign and the story and everything like that. And I feel like that not all being in the game is I don't know how I feel about it. I think
as a privileged PTR person, you know, I get that. From my perspective, from having not played through the PTR quests, but still obviously being exposed to them and having like read them all because it's my job. I quite liked it. I felt like the kind of ending, not the ending, but it was quite abrupt how you feel very much in the middle of a story. Yeah. And then suddenly there are no more quests to do around it. And you're like, oh, okay. It makes sense though. Like,
and you get the dreaded waiting for reinforcements 7 days bar above the head, right?
Like, no, that's the one. But yeah, so barring that, I actually, that didn't really bother me because I feel like there's a lot of stuff to do at the moment, a lot of stuff I need to catch up on. But my overall impressions of the patch so far is I'm just really into it. There are lots of ways to break it down, things that I like. I think the story is super fun. I'm a big Locust Walker stan. So
really, I think you're going to really like my cosplay. I think you're going to really like it. Lots of bandages.
Okay, I have no idea what it could possibly be, but you know, that's quite exciting. So yeah, I'm a big Locust Walker stan. I really like him. Having read the, and listened to like the audio story that they put out recently about like his origins and Koresh.
Oh, that was so good.
It kind of, for me, added a whole layer of experience to the story as I was going through. I think it's really nice, like really nicely done. I love entering to Tezavesh and it being basically a battleground and being under siege. And I love that part of it is always under siege, but then you've got like all your nice spots where you can hang out, like Tazarest. Love that the inn is called
Went
Tazarest.
completely over my head, and I'm so glad you pointed it out. We were just sitting here, and you just went. We had your headphones on, so you just kind of went. Oh, ha ha ha! It's called Tazarest. I was like, what? But sorry, Abby, I can hear you. You don't need to shout. Yeah, it's called the inn. Tally, the inn is called Tazarest.
There are a couple of moments like that, actually.
And I was like, oh, yeah, that's great.
The other one was doing some questing around in Tazavesh. Still talking about kind of, the first area, which is, love the quests around there. Love all, like, the big watchers floating around. I just love that they just exist in this world. Big, like, tentacle watchers. They're just hilarious. There is like some nice little storytelling moments. I really enjoyed the side quests that I've done there. There's one with where you're like basically raiding like someone's, like vault bank or something. And like you're digging through stuff and the broker's like, okay, dig in that one. It's like, okay, dig in that pile of gold. There's a mountain there. Come on. And you're digging. And then you just do something. And then he just has a line and he's like, why would they call it that why would they call it that if you can't even see it? Like, wait, it's like, wait, what? And so he just makes a joke about invincible. Doesn't even say that it's invincible. It's good. It's a really good little joke. It's really well executed. I didn't execute it well there, but
not really, no.
But that was one of those moments where I was just kind of like chuckling to myself.
I feel like that joke would have been funnier if Collector's Bounty hadn't just happened.
No, I think it is funny because Collector's Bounty has happened, and loads of people have it, and loads of people are just talking about it.
Sure,
right?
sure.
So yeah, and then I loved like leaving Tazavesh, going out, like zipping around into these like crumbling, like void swept landscapes, like really, really, really cool. In terms of the actual story, it feels really like neat and cohesive. Like we need to get the Rishi wraps. Sorry, it's not Reshi.
God,
wraps,
I hate that they call them Rishi wraps. That's on my list of things I don't like about the patch. I hate that they call themselves the Ravel and not the Ravel. Okay.
Why?
Because my brain wants to say Ravel. And
like the composer and not like ravel, like unravel some bandages.
So goofy.
Like ravel?
Yeah, we are the Ravel. It's like, as in unravel. I get no. I like. Okay, poll. Straw poll in the chats.
Ravel or Ravel?
Like Ravel.
Ravel.
Wait. Because people are just going to write the word, and we're not going to know. Put a 1 for the stupid, dumb, goofy way, Ravel,
like
and put a 2 for the cool, sexy, like Gallic way, Ravel.
Yeah, a Ravel.
Yeah.
Like the composer.
See, everyone's saying 2 because they're not goofy acid.
I'm
Everyone's saying 1.
1.
Oh, because you like number 1. They're all on your side. That's why. Oh my God. No, there is no indifferent. No indifferent. No 3 option for indifferent. There is no indifferent. Either this is great and you love it and it makes you cream, or it ruins your life. There's no in between. That's not how we do things here. Nuh-uh. Oh, they're all saying 1 just to troll me. This sucks.
Just to make me feel good.
I've long said it. Everyone who watches our videos sucks. I've always said it.
I knew it all along.
I knew it. It's true, and here's your proof.
On my side. So yeah, the Rishi wraps.
I hate that as well. The Rishi wraps.
Rishi. Yeah, Reishi.
And also, actually, there's also a thing where I'm pretty sure all the characters say it completely differently. Like Vanari's got one way of saying it.
No. But once I clocked it was Ravel, I was like listening to it. Same with Rishi wraps. I was like, okay, wait. Everyone has to be saying this the same way.
Don't you think that every character just before they're about to say it takes just a little beat? Particularly Vanari. Please go and fetch my Rishi wraps, as if they've had to stop and actually like change the way they're about to say it in their head. Like Vanari does that all the time, and I'm pretty sure some of the other characters do it as well.
Yeah. I like how understandable the whole setting is. It's like, okay, we need to acquire these wraps. They have power. Oh, by the way, we're working with Xalatath now, which we all knew. Oh, can I just say,
Please do.
Yes, I am. I'm a Locust Walker stan. I'm also a Xalatath stan. you might have guessed this, because she's a fun, campy baddie, and I love her.
She's such a good baddie.
She's an absolute baddie,
I
like
think,
in all
like,
senses. She's
beyond
such a fun
memes.
baddie. Yeah.
I think like she's an awesome baddie. I think she's really coming into her own in this patch. I love her.
Yeah.
She's great.
And so, but I think a lot of her baddiness had been kind of projected onto her up until now. Like, she has a lot of cool moments, but like, if you put them all together, you know, she doesn't actually have loads of like screen time. You know what I mean? Yeah, when you think about it, you know, she pops up a lot and then she kind of goes away.
And her screen time is all very similar.
It is all
like
very
she's always
similar.
doing a similar kind of
She
thing
floats
throughout War
in,
Within.
She's
yeah.
menacing, and then she teases you and she leaves. And so you know, she does it to all of us.
So
but,
a comment in the chat right now is like, we need her because MacGuffin. Mm-hmm. I disagree with that take.
Yeah.
What about you? What the reason for why we need to get Zali involved?
well, there's clearly a story that I am not privy to yet, or that I have not read yet, that, you know, it implicates.
But just from the questing so far, did you think it was like a good enough reason why we need her?
Yeah, I thought it was. I totally get it. But the thing is, I'm enjoying the questing with her, because you get to spend a bit of time with her, and it really kind of, you know, yeah, like I was saying before, a lot of the time, a lot of our feelings about Xal'atath have been kind of like projected onto her, like, oh, she's this, she's that, because I want her to be that, you know, because she's a cool baddie. But I actually, the questing in this patch so far has just allowed her to come to life a bit more in her interactions with you. The way she calls you like my champion with this like kind of smirk. It's
welcome to my world 8 years ago. Welcome to Legion.
It's
welcome to why Shadow Priests are in love with this character.
Yeah, she's just like, you know, she's like my champion. Like, there's something, you know, she's bad. She's bad, but you know, it's playful, but it's not like too much. I feel like the balance there with her is great. I think it's really good. And then you have, you know, her, and then in contrast to her, you know, Locust Walker, who is like losing his shit because
really losing his shit as well. Like,
really,
absolutely.
yeah,
And
he's having a hard time.
Do you know what? There's a brilliant bit when we first. Okay, so there's loads of things which in like the kind of the main crux of the story, which I think could be really bad in worse hands, or even in the hands that WoW has been in the past, and even in very capable hands could turn out bad. And there's stuff like the fact that we're teaming up with Xal'atath. When she appeared on the PTR, my eyes rolled. Okay, and I was like, okay, fine, whatever, sure. This seems a bit random, a bit arbitrary, you know. So that could have fallen on its ass. Like, Aleria's reaction to that could have fallen on its ass. Like, the whole Locust Walker thing could have fallen on its ass. And then, you know, how we interact with Xal'atath could have fallen on its ass. And I just think they very deftly negotiated those kind of potential hurdles. Yeah. So, like, teaming up with Xal'atath, I think works because of the way they expand on and illuminate the ethereal lore and the idea that, oh yeah, so we've always known that the ethereals, Dimensius came along, the planet was destroyed, their bodies were destroyed, and they turned into beings of pure arcane. And they don't retcon any of that, but they just kind of like illuminate it and put Xal'atath in there masterfully, like the opposite of how they put the jailer into Warcraft 3, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, there's this thing of, it's like, oh yeah, you know what? We didn't turn into arcane because Dimensius destroyed us.
Yeah.
We turned into arcane because that's the only way we could have survived Dimensius and Dimensius's aura. And like, that's cool. And then it's like, and it was Xal'atath that helped us do that. Like, Xal'atath wanted to be rid of Dimensius. She didn't want to be his harbinger. There's actually a really big Xal'atath background line that was cut from the PTR. And it's in our like spoilers video about the PTR plot on our YouTube channel, if you want to go and watch that. If you want to see what that line was, we won't do it now because I've got a feeling it will come back later and it will spoil. And it was really weird. I'm not surprised it was cut because you talked to her at one point, and she's like, oh, were you surprised to hear that? But she hadn't said anything. No one had said anything. And then she filled it in. And it's like, okay, so they've cut the line before that, clearly. Either they're going to put that back in and keep this line, or they're going to cut all of it. And they ended up cutting all of it. But it was a really illuminating kind of line about her. You know, it's not in the game, so take it with a pinch of salt. They might be changing it, but it might give you an idea of some of her background, which is and it was really interesting as well. That's the thing. So there's this thing of, she wants to get rid of Dimensius. she did get rid of Demencius. So now, and that's why she wants to stop Demencius coming back. It's like she doesn't want to get ripped apart by him.
She's like, oops,
which I kind of like. And this
the
idea
big
that
guy.
her using her kind of void rituals and stuff is what allowed the ethereal to become the arcane ethereal and survive Demencius. And I love that. I think that's like so elegant, so deft, because it's like a really nice kind of illumination and slight undermining of what we thought about the ethereals, but also like genuinely explains why we need Xalatath, and it can only be Xalatath.
Yeah.
You know, because when she first appears and Locust Walker is like, no one knows Demencius better than Xalatath. I was like, that's so, I mean, it's true, but it's so played out. It's so cliche. And it's like, but then it's like, oh, she's literally the only one. She made the ethereal, basically. So she's the only one that can make it so that we can get near him. And that's, it just works for me. It's like really good.
There's an interesting thing, with these kind of like revelations about Locust Walker. You know, he's a technomancer.
I love that. Everyone thinks that's gonna be the new class now.
No, it's not. It's
it's like maybe
prove me
Locust
wrong,
Walker can
WoW.
teach us after the raid.
Exactly.
We'll see.
So things become a little bit clouded. And I love when you're traveling around as Xalatath, you're doing some questing, and like you're away from Illyria and Locust Walker, and she's just talking with you, and she's like, oh yeah, I know. Were you surprised to hear all that about Locust Walker? You know, he's like, not everyone's telling the truth, right?
Yeah.
And so I enjoy the dynamics between them. I find Illyria a little bit grating.
Okay, so I really liked. Okay, so this is kind of where I was going as well, because that's the first thing I think, the pitfall that they avoided.
Yeah.
And another thing I really liked was kind of how, not annoying, but I think they dealt with Illyria's reaction to it really, really well.
At least it's consistent, right?
Because in reality, she'd probably just F off and no pout. But they can't do that.
Yeah.
So like, I think they did the next best thing, which was like, whoever wrote her in those early quests, she's just asking question after question after question after question, like rhetorically.
Yeah.
And it's like, gives a great impression of her just unraveling a bit or unraveling a bit. And and like, there was a real sense that she's just going a bit manic, right? And she's just kind of like, she doesn't know how to cope with this. And I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah.
Like, and I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah. It was cool. And like, every time you talk to her, and you do all of the stay a while and listens, of course.
So many stay a while listens, and they are bangers.
And they're good. And
Huge
they really,
fan.
really illuminate, what's going on. And Illyria, she's consistently like, God, why? And then she's like, I have no more trust to give you. I totally get that. She's just like at the end of her rope, and she's like, I'm kind of done with this. Like, and meanwhile, you are. Even my character, like, not necessarily even like lore wise, my PC and me, I'm like drifting towards Xalatath. I feel myself drifting towards her because, she calls me like my favorite mortal, and and I feel myself like, I'm in her web. I know she's bad. I know she's awful, but I'm there.
Well, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, no.
No, go on.
But then a wonderful kind of respite to this kind of like Xalatath and Illyria just constantly fighting. And then you go and you see Venari, and she's also like a bit fed up, and she's like, God, please just don't destroy my dome. Like, she's like, I've worked really hard on this, and you guys, like, you
spent
two
so much money on this.
She's like, this is my investment. Like,
this is literally why I made you do everything in the Moor. Like, literally everything I made you do in the Moor, all the shit I made you collect, all the quests I made you do. It was so I could afford this fucking dome. So please just leave it alone. Just deal with the Shadow Guard and leave me alone.
And she has some lovely, she has some great lines to kind of, break up this kind of constant warring between your characters. And the
she is all sass.
Yeah, she's so. But the line to Xalatath where she's like, you're here, you're going to do some work for me. Don't just float around making sassy remarks. That's like, that's just such
and
a
unfortunately, Xalatath does not take that advice on board.
No, she's like, I am just here to float her to make sassy, like, just float around and make sassy comments. I'm like, oh my God.
I need the Xalatath Venari good cop, bad cop buddy movie.
So
I need
good.
I need the Xalatath Venari romantic comedy. That's what I need. It's like two ethereal beings from different sides of the void. Ding 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 ba 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 ba.
Yeah.
When you have a void in your heart, only love can fill it. Ding 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 ding. Like.
Yeah.
She destroyed her planet. She has beautiful domes. Together, they are ding, 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 ding. It'd be amazing.
Yeah,
It would be
really,
so good.
Really good. Really good.
But so, okay, so the thing about the Xalatath is I know there's some people that still have a big issue with the fact that we are working with Xalatath.
Fair. I think
And
that's allowed.
For me, it works.
Yeah.
Simply because it's never implied that we should be okay with working with her.
No.
Like, it's never like she is our friend now.
No.
It's never like we are working on the same. Like, it is literally from the very beginning, it's like we need her to be able to get close to Dimensius, but she is going to betray us. So just be careful. And it's like everywhere you go, every quest you get given, like Alleria and Locust Walker, even Locust Walker who's like, don't trust her, trust me. It's like, oh, stop crying. And it's like, you know, even him, he's like, this will probably be when she betrays you. So just be ready, you know? And like every quest Xalatath gives you, she's like, can't wait to betray you. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. She's
Oh
like,
man, it's gonna be so fun when I betray you.
yeah, she's like, it's gonna feel so good.
So we're never supposed to be okay with it. And it is a lot like Emmett Selk from Shadowbringers, from Final Fantasy 14, that idea of like, I am helping you, but I can't wait to kill you, sort of thing. And like, that's definitely what I'm gonna do. And I need you right now, but I'm literally telling you to your face that I'm gonna kill you when I need to.
Yeah.
And like, I think we should take her at her word for that. I don't think they're gonna try and undermine that. I think they are playing that for the tension and that's the thing. Like, it's not like we, the player, know something that the characters we're working with don't. It's not like, why can't Locust Walker see that she's going to betray us? This is so dumb.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he knows.
Like,
and he's like, but we've got no other choice, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that works for me. That's like kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I love the quests with the Wastelanders. I love meeting the Wastelanders. I love how Soul Scribe, she's like always yelling. Like anytime you click on her, like she's literally always yelling. But I mean, she lives in like a harsh world, right? I loved getting to know the Wastelanders. And kind of, you know, do like getting into like the nitty gritty of their life and how hard it is and how much it sucks and like how hard they're fighting. And I loved with Xalatath being like, hey, these guys, the zealots, they're always the ones you want on your side in a war.
They fight
like,
most savagely during the apocalypse.
Really good lines from Xalatath.
Yeah. Oh, she's got some bangers.
There's some good ones. That one about, and then also the one about like, you know, we need to create a crisis. That's what. That's how we get on a leader on our side. And we need to like create a crisis and solve it for them. Really, really good. And then the whole thing about the ritual where Soul Scribe wants to hear Koresh. Okay, so this is interesting. I don't actually know if I believe Xalatath in any of this. And
the world soul stuff is so interesting.
it is really interesting. So the whole quest is about, you know, you get Soul Scribe and the Wastelanders. Soul Scribe is like dying to have this connection with Koresh, with the world soul of Koresh. But, you know, believes that it has been gone and she hasn't been able to hear it and thinks it's just been decimated. Xalatath's like, no, the world soul is still alive. You think those ecodomes are like Venari's works? Like, no, that life only exists on Koresh because the world soul is still alive. And, you know, promises that they can have that Soul Scribe can have a ritual to hear the radiant voice of the world soul, which is quite cool. A
deep manly voice as well, which makes me think he's going to be a boss. Because all the bosses in WoW, all the final expansion bosses of WoW are big dudes with deep voices. That's literally how it works. There's never been one that hasn't been.
Sometimes with their nips out. Like,
often with their nips out. Yeah, totally. Just be thankful we were doing the spine of Deathwing and not the belly of Deathwing, because we would not have survived the multiple nips.
Just pointy nips. Yeah. Where was I? Anyway, so you have this whole kind of cutscene, and Soul Scribe at first is like, no, I can't hear the voice. You've betrayed me. Kill her. Kill Xalatath. She's like, no. Xalatath imbues her with her void power, which she does all along. She helps you. She helps you with phase diving. Like, you know, she's there to kind of give you a little taste of the void to help you progress. She does it with Soul Scribe, and Soul Scribe has a moment, and she's like, I heard it. I heard the voice. Koresh is still alive. Do you think that's true?
I don't.
Or do you think
know.
Xal'atath is just messing with us?
It's such a great question, and I think it's ambiguous on purpose.
Yeah.
And like my impression from the questing. And the questing's great because it's like we are seeing firsthand how Xal'atath manipulates people, and we are joining in with it. So it's like it's that thing of like it is for the greater good. We need these guys, but yeah, we are being Xal'atath right now.
We're on the
and
run
we are,
with her.
and there's this great bit where she's like, the Soul Scribe isn't really on our side, but her daughter would die for us right now, and she's like, daughters are useful. And of course it makes you think back to the animations before the expansion where she goes to the daughter to kill the Nerubian queen.
Yes, of course.
And like we know you think daughters are useful, we've seen that before, sort of thing. And that's a lovely little line. So my assumption was that she was just flat out lying,
just manipulating.
And but then I mean afterwards I wasn't so sure. I was like, maybe she's right. And she doesn't actually clarify it either way, like frustratingly.
Yeah.
And
but I like that.
I like that too.
I'm enjoying the fact that I don't, it just further adds to this, like, Xal'atath is a real baddie. We're doing this with her. I am going to be screwed in the end.
It makes you complicit in it, which I think is really, like, really nice.
Yeah,
and
it is good.
I really liked it, and I think it's great. And the stuff that comes after it is really good too. There was the other kind of revelation twist as well, which was revealed by Xal'atath, which was that like Dimensius did not destroy the planet, and that it was actually the Ravel that destroyed the planet to destroy Dimensius, and that's how they blew him up. They turned themselves into arcane stuff with Xal'atath's help, and then Xal'atath gave them the idea of blowing up the planet and destroying Dimensius. They did it too soon.
Yeah, she's like, they did it all wrong.
Yeah.
There's that bit. Yeah, there's a bit where she's like, I did this, and then I did this, and I did this, and then they still got it wrong. She's like, maybe I should have just been more outward with my manipulations. Like, maybe I should have just made you do what I want you to do instead of trying to get you to do what to do. Like, really
exactly.
Good.
And like, and that's also just it's a really good way of I'm not sure a lot of people appreciate just how clever this is, because obviously I've been making videos about Dimensius for a while now, because we predicted, before the expansion even began, that he would be the final boss of the expansion. I feel like the Dark Heart quests at the end of Dragonflight made that very clear, and going back and seeing the cinematic from the Dark Heart quests now, it's like they couldn't have made this any more obvious, it's great. So like there's this thing of I've been doing a lot of research on Dimensius to make these videos and stuff like that, and there's something that I always assumed that this expansion was going to retcon, and it's when you go back and you learn about Dimensius and they tell you about Dimensius in the Burning Crusade. They say that Dimensius comes along and that the planet was just started bombarding the planet with void energy from the Twisting Nether, and that the planet was then but the planet was actually ripped apart by arcane energy, and that's what they've always said. Now back in BC that would have been because there was not much differentiation, like the Twisting Nether was full of arcane and void just and purple. Everything else, and the lore has kind of settled down since then, and it's become a lot more kind of sectioned off and polarized and stuff like that, so that doesn't really fit anymore. So I was like, they're guaranteed they're just going to quietly ignore that, retcon it so that the planet was torn apart by shadow, torn apart by void. So having it so that the Ravel actually blew up the planet themselves using arcane energy, and that's why there's arcane energy anywhere, actually makes it it's a cool twist, but it actually makes it fit in with the original lore as well, in a way that they wouldn't have been able to do. And I just think that's really neat. I think that's really clever. I'm really glad they did it, and it's a really cool revelation as well. And I love the scene when Alleria goes back to challenge Locust Walker on it, and she's like, what have I just heard? And it's the cutscene, and Xal'atath is like floating just next to Locust Walker, and Locust Walker's like, I should have told you, blah blah blah, and she's in frame, and then she just kind of goes, and and just floats out of frame. And he's just like noping the F out of this conversation, and then just like spins and like appears next to Ilaria, and she's like talking to Ilaria, floating backwards and stuff.
like-
And it's just like, serving absolute quim. And I love it. Like, she's
so funny.
so cool.
Yeah.
She's like, I really like her. And of course, you know, we can like her as much as we like. She's still going to try and kill us.
Yeah.
And that is just like the awesomeness of Xalatath.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and I believe at this point, she's the best developed baddie in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Like,
she's cool, and like you say, a lot of it has to do with how complicit we are with her actions now.
Yeah.
Like there's this kind of like, you know, I also really loved the sense of I love the landscape, right? And I love how we're journeying around between these different parts of Koresh. And you've got your crew. You've got your Locust Walker. You've got Ilaria. You've got Xalatath. You know, you pick up Venari, but then you've got this little crew. And like,
so I just want to say, because I knew
Yeah, of
someone would
course.
say this.
Yeah.
People bringing up Arthas as being a better developed WoW baddie than Xalatath, but of course Arthas was not developed in WoW. He was developed in in Warcraft 3.
Okay.
He received basically no development in WoW. I'm talking about baddies that were introduced and developed in WoW. So
in World of Warcraft.
in World
Okay.
WoW is World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, yeah,
So
not just
yeah,
World of
yeah. Like
Warcraft.
Arthas,
Okay.
Arthas very well developed, but not in World of
Distinction.
Warcraft. That's what I mean.
Yeah. But yeah, so you've got your crew. You're traveling through this kind of like windswept. It almost feels like snowy and cold and desolate, and these two people who just like really hate each other. You got this guy who's kind of losing it, who's like, you know, and it's just like your party is just unraveling, right? Like, but you've got to stick it out together. You've got to do this, and because all of these like relationships are forming, you kind of start to bond with Xalatath because you're like, man, God, no one here can agree. Like,
and so does Ilaria.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, you find yourself beginning to bond with Xalatath, but
Right.
Ilaria does as well, because Ilaria's like, she's like, well, you know what? Xalatath is like the only one telling me the truth right now.
Yeah. So it's fun. All these like dynamics that have really occurred over the span of a few like quest lines. I think it's really nicely done. I'm really enjoying it. The atmosphere overall, like the music.
Yeah.
Koresh music is so good. It is so good. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I have really enjoyed the story so far. And my only complaint is that I want more. Oh wait, I do actually have one other complaint. About like the in-game kind of cutscenes with your character in it. I remember seeing them pop up and be like data mined earlier and stuff. And I thought that they would be kind of like upgraded. They haven't been. There are a few times when Xalatath talks and she's just like,
It's unfortunate, isn't it? I don't think
I don't-
Xalatath's been given a high res model to use in those cutscenes.
It's just she gets like, and it happens in like, and it's because I'm so immersed in the story. I'm actually like really in it, and my head is in there. And you get to this kind of in-game cutscene, and then just like slightly, I understand that's just how, you know, the models that they use. There's just some like slight jankiness in her model,
and it's because it's not high res. So what they do is with the in-game cutscenes. Because those, and the first time they did this was in the Tyrande laying judgment on Sylvanas at the end of Shadowlands, and the change was instantly recognizable. They start because those cutscenes are rendered in the game engine. They're happening live. They're not pre-rendered. That's why your character can appear in them, right?
Yes.
So they're never going to look as good as pre-rendered ones. Obviously, they use in-game like assets and mechanics to make them work. But what they did was to kind of like counteract that. In Shadowlands, late Shadowlands, they started introducing higher res models for characters to use specifically in those cutscenes that have like loads more emotes and facial expressions and just look better. Like Tyranda's shoulders have like 50 extra muscles in them each, which we all enjoyed. So like Tyranda's got one, Aleria's got one, Locust Walker's got one. I feel like Faerun has got one. Anduin's definitely got one. There are, characters that you see a lot of in these cutscenes.
Yeah.
But I don't think Xal'atath has got one. So, like, when you see Aleria in these scenes, her facial expressions are exquisite.
Yeah.
They're so good. And
she's always like narrowing her eyes.
Exactly. And like she does a lot of kind of looking from one side and the other side and being like, oh, I'm so confused.
Showing off her
so conflicted. Yeah, totally.
And
I love the opening cutscene when you got to Tazavesh and you were seeing just like life happening in Tazavesh.
Yeah.
And your character's walking along, walks into like the leg of the big spider
really
dude.
Cute.
And stuff. So cool, really cute.
Really good.
But I agree with you. And I think like the animators are doing a great job with Xal'atath with what they've got.
Yeah.
But she needs a high res model.
Yeah.
Like, and they keep cutting away from her face and showing her hand going like a grip or something like. And
or
it
they
works
show
really
her
well.
from the back of her head a lot of the time, and I feel a lot more immersed. Like especially the the ones with like the wastelanders who don't have faces and who are speaking and just kind of nodding. Like it looks more natural when suddenly you cut to Xal'atath and like her jaw is like puppeting around. And you're okay. But yeah, that's my one niggle, which kind of like removed me from the story a little bit because it made me laugh every time I saw it. I was like,
maybe that's why we get so many foot shots of Xal'atath, so we don't have to have like leaning back into. We went a patch without any foot shots, and we were leaning back into them now. There's no foot shots in Undermine.
She does walk on the ground now at some point, right? She's actually standing on the ground, and I'm like, are they cold?
Just warming them in the sand, right? Yeah. But so what do you think of like the zone and like the outer parts of the zone and things like that?
Really, really cool. I think from like having skywriting now, having this huge expanse out, ahead of you is really exciting. That a ridiculous skybox with like the shards and we've got up now with the swirl of like Dimensius and these like this shattered world. I think it works really, really well because you look at the map and you're like, oh, there's a rare up and like 2 islands away, and then you're like, oh yeah, I can just fly there. It's simple. It feels really good. I love the look of it. I actually love having the ecodomes as like kind of a respite from this kind of constant voidy, dark, purple blue landscape. Like music wise as well, you kind of walk into the ecodomes and you're like, it's actually quite nice. There's some good tunes in here, and it's beautiful. Whenever I see screenshots of the ecodomes, like the rendering and the coloring on like the plant life and the animals, it's very, very beautiful, and I think it's like easy to take for granted.
The music in the ecodomes is so intense as well.
It is. It's like
it's so insistently
life.
Like hopeful.
It's like a little seed of life. So I actually when before this all came out, I was like, why do we have to have the ecodomes? I'm like, do we need this? And I'm like, okay, actually, this is quite nice. We haven't actually started ecological succession, which is interesting because it was listed as being released in week 1. It's in the graphic that they released.
Yeah, that's true. Do you think that means that they changed how far we could get in the questing? Because that kind of unlocks naturally through questing. Yeah. So that makes me think that. So I was very disappointed that there was no ecological succession. I don't like the time gating the story anyway, but whatever. I like, as you can imagine, I'm not going to give it away much, but obviously, like the story basically leaves you ready to enter the raid.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Like these stories always do. Like every patch campaign leaves you outside the raid door, basically. It's like, we have to go in here and do this.
It's time.
And like this one does the same. Yeah. And I get that it might feel silly to the devs to be like, oh, we've just left them out the raid door, but it's not opening until next week. To which I say, we don't care. That's absolutely fine. Do it. Leave us there. I think that's better. I think that's preferable. I'd still have that. And it seemed weird to me that they were moving ecological succession to next week, because it's such an obvious thing to have before a season starts, because it's a very involved questing. It takes a long time, and it's like, but having spent some time in the world and having spent some time in the ecodomes, I've got to say I do get it, because I've done a week's worth of ecological succession. It was by far the most involved questing I did.
Gosh, okay.
Like it takes a long. I introduced the bees.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
You brought the bees.
I bought the bees from BFA, and I put them in the dome.
BFA.
Yeah, exactly, totally. It was great. But there was a real sense of like renewal and kind of very much focus on kind of getting the planet living again.
Yeah.
And I get that actually thematically, maybe it's good to spend a week in like this planet is dead
before we
and
jump
really
into that.
soak up the whole vibes of this is a desolate, broken planet before we get into the whole hey, it's getting better, guys thing. And actually, I still wish they'd left us outside the raid. I still wish we'd had all the story. I know. But I'm actually weirdly in favor of not having ecological succession, just from a thematic point of view.
Yeah.
Like this week, there's still plenty to be getting on with for me. So I'm if you'd asked me like last week, I'd have said it's a terrible idea. Yeah. This week, I'm actually kind of into it. Yeah. For that reason. Yeah. Like so at the moment, like the ecodomes is like a blessed respite almost from the scoured sort of like desolate planet. It's going to become, in the coming weeks, the main way that you interact with Tazavesh.
Gotcha.
Sorry, with Koresh. So it is going to kind of take over a little bit, and I think it's okay just to immerse us in like the broken world a bit first.
Yeah. But yeah, the actual kind of zone, the landscapes, I think are super, super cool and still feel quite like varied, right? Like you get a sense of like different spaces in there. Which is really great. Tazavesh itself, I originally found quite confusing because I couldn't figure out what level I need to be on to get into like my quests and stuff. But you do get the swing of it. I think the questing around there is fun. Have you done the one where you just like and there are lots of little bits, little magnifying glass, like little bits of lore tucked around. My favorite was just like a recipe for some cookies.
Oh, I haven't seen that. No.
It's like a 20-page recipe for cookies. And then like you read it and you're like, oh, actually, I might try this. And there's like a little note at the end. It's like, oh my God, these are shit. Why do like?
That's such a drawn out joke. I love that.
It is.
Like, I really appreciate that.
And I was like, oh, like maybe I'll try making these broker cookies. And like the broker's named like Ta Baker or something.
Nice.
Yeah, cut down the cinnamon. So just the world I find really quite cool and immersive and lovely.
Can I ask your opinion on a talking point from before the patch launched?
Oh, yes.
Would you say this feels like an ethereal patch, or would you say it feels more like a broker patch?
Oh, I mean, it just feels like both. I can't, I understand, there's even that bit where, Illyria, one of the characters, are like, wait, you guys are the same? You're the same?
I love
Are you sure?
I love that that's the only explanation it got as well.
Yeah, and they're like,
I'm so glad they did, because when they like in the lore walking, when they revealed that they are the same, they're all from Koresh and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you have to do the lore walking.
Well, exactly, and people would be like in my chat being like, oh, what do you think? Why do you think they're so different? Well, and I was like, I really hope there's basically no explanation beyond they're just a bit different.
They're just a bit different.
And that's all they went for. It's like, oh, why? How come these ones are in suits and not in like bandages? And like all the explanation is they're still exactly the same. They just need better suits to be in the Shadowlands.
Yeah,
and that's it. And I was like, oh, thank God.
And like
thank goodness that's
stripy pantaloons.
Absolutely the correct approach. Like no big lore reason. Just like we're like Shadowlands effed up, man. We need big suits.
So yeah, I do love seeing like the variety. Yeah, you've got your broker style characters hanging out. You've got your ethereal style everywhere. I've got my like ethereal Mog on right away just from doing some questing. Feels so amazing. I've got like a laser like phase gun, which I love. It's insane. And there's a world quest that I think it's like one of the like cache world quests today, where you turn into an ethereal, like it's really, really good, and you like zip around and like shank a bunch of people.
I love shanking.
Yeah, which feels really good. It feels amazing. My one bit of feedback on kind of ethereals in general is why does Locust Walker have the goofiest run in the world? Like if you look at him from behind when he runs. So that sounds weird.
Ethereals traditionally have pretty goofy runs.
They've got this
the whole,
like they go like But when I think it's because he's wearing a skirt. It's just it looks absolutely ridiculous when you see him running around. I guess maybe they tried to like keep him from running around a lot. I know that's like I know that is like consistent, like with the old school ethereals we've seen. But it does make me laugh every time I see that happening.
Sure.
But yeah, so I don't feel like a differentiation really between brokers, especially you see like, Locust Walker and Venari hanging out and talking.
Yeah.
Like, okay, these are the same.
I think that's a great point, actually. I think it's really important that like, Locust Walker and Venari aren't at odds with each other, and they haven't sold it as like the brokers and the ethereals are at odds with each other in any way. They just like, they don't even think about it. It's like, we are the same thing, we mix together sort of thing. And I think that's really important. So yeah, it doesn't feel like a broker patch as opposed to an ethereal patch to me. It absolutely feels like an ethereal patch. But one thing that did surprise me was how much it's made me like the brokers more than I ever liked them in Shadowlands. Like
Yes.
I feel like looking back, because it was only brokers in Shadowlands, I think there was a lot of the time I never really liked them, to be honest. And I was always looking back, I think it might be because I was like, you are the poor man's ethereals. You're like the ethereals, but not as cool. So having them in the context of being among the ethereals, and it's like, oh, now I get to enjoy the brokers, but not at the expense of ethereals. It's like, now we got both. This is great. And it makes me like them all the more.
Yes.
And what was really surprising was how pleased I was to see Venari, and how pleased I was to hear her voice.
She's quite happy. Well, I don't know if she's happy to see you.
Oh, she is. She's always happy to see me, mate.
She's
Because I always
just
come bearing
sassy.
gifts. But like, she's
Seeing them all.
just her voice. It makes me so happy.
It actually,
out of the context of the moor.
Yes.
Who knew? Take her out of the moor, put her in a
Right.
cool, like, luscious biodome. I'm like, you rock. You're awesome.
I know, right? And also, like, if you reading the or listening to like the audio story they put out recently, there's a character called Nari.
Yeah.
Presumably it is her, and
Yeah.
she
Well,
and
it
Locust
is
Walker
definitely,
have known each other. And there is a reference when she's talking to she's speaking, she's like, talking about what happened to Koresh, and she's
Yeah.
like, well, because of what we've done, and she says we, right? Like she doesn't say that Locust Walker did it. She's like, we did this. She knows she's part of what's happened. So I think she's super cool. What you're saying about brokers being much more interesting this time around, 100%. Like, I love seeing that guy on the docks. With the, like, where you do like the dungeon, he's like, hey, you helped me with Celia, whatever, like, you were awesome. And then you're like, hey, what have you been up to since Shadowlands? He's like, that's a long story. No, let's not talk about that. But then I do love the general kind of how colorful the broker characters are. Like, they all have really fun titles and names. Like, some of them are just lounging around in beds. Some of them are just like, you know what I mean? Like,
I relate so bad.
They're doing their business. There's one who's like out to kind of, you help him expose his shady boss, right? Who's like has like unfair labor practices through, like it's really.
You know me, I love any quest where we take on unfair labor practices,
it's
right?
super fun, and like some of them are obviously like manipulative, and some of them are just cool. And I am really enjoying brokers this time around. Whereas in Shadowlands, they kind of just felt like these slightly static, just like floating characters that I didn't connect with at all. And you're like, okay. But now I enjoy them quite a lot more, and that's, I think, in part with their interaction with the ethereals.
Have you done that quest where it's in one of the ecodomes? It's a side quest, and it's an ethereal guy, and he's like, I gotta get off this planet, man. This planet sucks. It's about to blow up. This is really bad. Go and get me a bunch of shit I can sell. So I can get off this planet. And there's a nice relationship with one of the broker guys as well, which is kind of explored. But for me, the interesting bit is like, you go and you get him all this stuff. You get him some black ice, some like void ice. I love the void ice stuff, by the way.
Oh, yes. The
I
icy
love
void
the fact, like,
super cool.
the walls between our reality and the void are breaking down.
Yeah.
And that's making like void meteorites
Void
come
glass.
through, and and they're hitting the planet, and where they hit the planet, they turn into void glass. Have you noticed with the void glass that it reflects the skybox?
No.
So like next time you're on the void glass, have a look, and you'll
Love
see
it.
the constellations, and if you look up, it's the same constellation.
Oh,
like reflecting
amazing.
in the void
Okay,
glass. It's
that's
so
cool.
cool. So
That's
anyway,
cool.
you go and get him a bunch of void glass. He's like, oh, nice one. I know I can get well, he says like, I used to have a contact I could sell with these two in Dalaran, but I haven't heard from them in a while. But then he's like, there are loads of places I can go to sell this. Shatrath, Silvermoon, and I'm like, oh, right, okay, see you in Silvermoon next
see you
expansion,
there,
then,
buddy.
bro.
Yeah.
See you there.
Yeah. Yeah,
I love it. It's so cool.
Yeah.
So cool. And yeah, I love the vibe of it. I love how lonely it feels. There's real like Burning Crusade vibes to Koresh.
Yeah, there has to be, right?
Yeah, but it's not like just a recreation. But it captures the same vibes, and I think that's like really masterful and like really well done.
Yeah.
And the biodomes feel great. I'm just really enjoying it at the moment. I do wish we'd had all of the campaign all in one go.
I'm with you.
That would have been more enjoyable to me. Like the time gating seems silly.
Yeah.
Because the next part of the story does flow like straight into it. There's no need to wait around. It's just no one's gonna mind being left outside the raid.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. But yeah, and the Dementia stuff is cool. Did you see the launch trailer?
Yes. Stuff happened.
Yeah, so there's some like the launch trailer is really really cool for the patch.
Okay.
And let's go back to this.
Are we going to dissect this?
Well, no, there's one bit in particular I want to dissect, which wasn't a surprise to a lot of people, but that was a surprise to me. And there were like little hints at kind of some of the cinematics and stuff.
Yeah.
Lots of shots of the Dark Heart looking super sexy, which I'm really into. Love that, and good explanation of how they're using the Dark Heart to kind of rebirth Demencius and stuff like that. Lots of close-ups of faces and things.
Yes.
But then there was a great bit where they show some raid stuff going on. Very exciting trailer, I think.
Super exciting trailer, I thought. For like a game patch trailer.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Super cool.
Some great okay, so this bit from the Demencius fight where here's Demencius in space. This is like the second or third phase.
Yeah.
And we knew there was like skyriding in it. We knew there was some flying in it. But I kind of like dismissed that. I hadn't really thought about it because it is in the Dungeon Journal. Yeah. But then you see this clip of it and how it's going to be and how it's going to work in the Demencius fight and what it looks like. Yeah. And dear God, for those who can't see this, you are in space. You're not in like the Ecodome anymore. You're in like the void, and everyone's like swooping on their mounts, trying to get towards Demencius, and that big like voidy circle in Demencius' chest is firing a huge like beam out, and like as you're flying towards him, you're having to avoid the beam and stuff. And like, look how cool that looks.
Yeah, it's a quick
I'm just gonna play it. It's very quick.
It's a quick,
but like,
but it looks. Really
look how awesome it looks. So cool. And that has got me like so hyped for next week and the opening of the raid. It's going to be absolute carnage. It's going to be great, which is a shame because that needs to end. Like the Race to World First needs to be over in the first week. If those teams, if like some of the best players in the world from Echo and Liquid are going to be at Gamescom.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they're not going to be allowed, and they're still going to be fighting. So this shit needs like this looks cool, but he needs to be very very undertuned and weak. Otherwise, we're not going to see some of our friends at the they'll be in
Gamescom,
right?
There's still tons of them. They've got their
but they'll be busy. They won't be coming out. They'll be doing like 10-hour days and stuff. They won't be.
I can't remember which team it is. But they're like, hey, for the first time, we're having like a watch party at our headquarters in Cologne. Come hang out and watch us. Well, don't go to Gamescom. Come hang out.
But maybe it will be very undertuned, and maybe it'll go down. Who knows? But it looks awesome, and that's what I want from a Void Lord fight, right? Yeah. Like I like it when he's all big and in a room. That's fine, but this is what I want. Oh yeah, absolutely. Fantastic.
Speaking of other exciting things, how do you feel about phase diving?
It's all right. I'm kind of unmoved by the phase diving.
Same.
If I'm honest, has
my
Evie's mic gone? One sec.
Okay.
Looks like it might still be. Oh,
ripped?
I don't know.
Have I ripped? Am I alive?
Let's have a look. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. In
Sounds
particular,
good now.
people
Amazing.
listening to it.
Amazing. People. It is back.
Okay. What do people think of phase diving?
Yeah. So Yeah, I think unmoved.
Unmoved, yeah.
Unmoved is the word. Like I've enjoyed doing it. I like having a bit of a challenge, not being able to fly around. But I feel I don't feel that they described it as like there'll be really cool like rares in there who are going to go for you, and I'm like, I'm not really feeling it right now.
There are some nice like treasures and stuff to find with some cool little story bits and what have you from the PTR, if I
Presumably,
remember.
I need to like just traverse more while phase diving.
It's fine. It's not like
okay.
a game changer. It's one of those, I never thought it was going to be, really. It was always one of those things when they talked about it, it was like, okay,
Yeah.
sure, sounds like something I might do.
Yeah.
There's a really, really good ethereal transmog from it. Like
I know
the color
really
color variant of the ethereal transmogs from phase diving.
That's why
is legit.
I have my eye on it.
Yeah,
I need to do it. And like some of the mounts are cool when you collect the the tokens for it. So I will be doing it, obviously. But
it's at the moment it's a bit like just a shiny, sparkly moor.
Yeah,
and it's fine. Have you done it in the delves and stuff yet?
I have not done any delves yet.
There'll be moments where you do it in like the raid and stuff as well.
Yes,
and I mean I
like it as a mechanic that will like be fed into other features, like you say. But just on its own, like do a world quest, do some phase diving. It's like okay,
yeah.
And also, I maybe it's just my mini map, but like my mini map doesn't differentiate between quests that need to be done in phase diving and not. So I'm like running around and I'll be like, where is it?
If you're going to do
where is it?
I picked up a quest in phase diving.
Yeah.
Quite reasonably, like he was like, go and get these pylons. I was like, okay. And I went to where the pylons were and there's nothing there. I was like, oh, is the game bugging again? What's going on? And I was like, oh, maybe I just checked out of the phase diving. I was like, I see.
It's
right.
just, so yeah, probably need like an add-on to differentiate between them or something. But
yeah, so I'm not completely sold on phase diving.
Same. It's fine. Like I think it's fine. Have you done delves?
No, not yet. I did it on the PTR, and it's fine. Again, it's just like it's the dungeon, isn't it, from Dragonflight?
But that's cool.
It's cool.
It
is cool. It is cool.
I like that as a setting.
And that's fun. But I haven't done any Mythic Zero yet. I haven't done the delve. So none of like the player power stuff I've done yet. I'm just kind of going around doing like just fun stuff at the moment, like new patch stuff. Yeah.
Same.
And of course. Kaiveza, the underpin equivalent as well, who I haven't taken on. Apparently is really good.
Yeah. Oh yes. Apparently she has a very like tight mechanic thing. There's another delve. There's isn't there another delve?
Is there? I thought it was just those two. Maybe I'm wrong.
Two. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Kaveza and the Dragonflight
exactly,
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I love the zone. I'm completely caught up in the zone. That's what I'm kind of focusing on at the moment. And I genuinely love the zone, and I love the story around the zone. I love all the lore. It feels big. It feels like a final patch of an expansion.
It does. It feels
like,
very big.
It feels
very
great.
Big.
And I'm really liking that. I like how it's really fun. So something I was thinking about when we were doing like the World Soul quests with the oracles and stuff like that, and I was like, yeah, this is actually low-key, subtly laying some groundwork for, this is something of how world souls work, and that's probably going to be relevant, or at least contextual when we start dealing more with Azeroth's world soul and stuff like that. So it's like, it's great. I really like it. I think it's fantastic, and I'm just enjoying being in the zone at the moment. I can't wait to get into the raid. My
gosh, yeah.
Yeah,
you see it on the map, and you're like, I just want.
I'm sold. Like this is a great patch. It's got a really good story, and it's very different from like the Undermine and from the stuff that came before Undermine in Underground and stuff.
Undermine feels like a million years ago now.
Steady on.
No, it really feels, because once it was kind of wrapped up, I didn't actually spend much time in Undermine after, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Other than doing side street sleuths. And then doing some Diablo farming.
I still like Side Street Sleuths. I think that's really good.
I think it's a good one. It is the fastest one to get through, and I think it has one of the shortest stories as well.
Oh, really? Well, that's going to be popular then, isn't it? That's good.
Hey, did you get your? We didn't even talk before the patch. Did you get your Delves mount?
Yeah, I got my Delves mount.
Good job.
It turned out I had like 240 disc fragments in my warbank.
Oh, fine.
So when I just picked them up, I was like, I only have one little thing I had to buy. So I didn't even have to do any Delves to get it. So I got my Delve mount. I got Underpin. Underpin, double question mark. I got that the night before.
Well done.
I went in as Shadow Priest because that's my highest geared toon. Well, disc is, so I'm unoptimized, but still my highest item level. And I got to say, I was actually really struggling. It was actually really hard. I did about, I'm not ashamed to say, about 50 pulls on it and could not get it. And then I swapped to a much lesser geared Brewmaster Monk and did it in one try. That's good. So I got that achievement. That's really good. I got the golden dirigible from that, which was really nice.
You're never gonna
use. And it would have annoyed me if I hadn't got the underpin. So I didn't get my triple threat achievement. I didn't manage to tank a bunch of 10s. I just didn't have the time really to do it. So I couldn't do that. And I'm a bit annoyed I didn't get the triple threat achievement because I got the healer and I got the DPS portions of it. And I really enjoy tanking on the Brewmaster. I don't think it would have been very hard at all, especially at that stage in the season. Could have just brute forced it basically. But I did get the highest ever mythic score on my main. As Disc Priest.
Amazing.
Yay, Meta Disco.
Yay.
I loved that Mythic Plus season. My hopes aren't as high for this Mythic Plus season. I don't like the look of the dungeons so much, but we'll see, I guess.
That's life.
Yeah. So one thing I do definitely want to look at before we go on to the super chats.
Right.
Is I want to look.
You need to put a damper on things, don't you?
No, I don't think it is a damper actually. But something I really want to look at is when NA people logged in. For the new patch to do all the bug testing for the EU servers.
Yes,
thanks very much. Didn't do a very good job actually, as it turns out.
Service,
they did notice on the game upgrade section, accidentally, there was information about the pre-orders for Midnight, which we know are going to be announced at Gamescom. Confirming, among other things, and we'll get to all of them, but confirming that player housing will be available to play as early access for those of you that have pre-bought the expansion. As we predicted, like that was going to be a free square in the bingo card. Got to think of another one for the bingo card now. So that's going to be coming up. And actually, one thing we were discussing is that, as you know, we are doing this podcast. Live on stage at the WoW booth in Gamescom. We are literally part of World of Warcraft's schedule an itinerary for their booth, so we can't back out now, which is a real shame.
It's for real.
We did it on the Xbox stage last Gamescom, but we are like officially part of the Blizzard lineup and the WoW lineup this very podcast that you are watching now, and I'm thinking we're going to put out a video about our predictions for the announcements and for what we'll learn about Midnight, and for the cinematic and things like that, and we'll do it in a nice bingo card format, and we'll have a video talking about that. And I think the podcast is going to be us going over the bingo card after the announcements and seeing what we got right and what we think of that and things. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. We were talking. We've had a meeting about having the bingo card up on the big screens, and they said that we can put stickers on the big screens to mark off the bingo card. And that wasn't even our idea. They were just like, "Do you want to put stickers on the big screen?" We were like, "Yes."
Like, it can be your logo or something, and I'm just like, make giant feet stickers.
So it's gonna be really fun. So please come and catch that. If you are at Gamescom.
On the Friday, we're going to share loads more information.
When we're allowed to share more information, we'll share more information. But it will be live streaming as well. Apparently, that's the plan at the moment. So we will be streaming it live as usual, but from Gamescom. And those of you who are at Gamescom, please come and check it out live. It will be a lot of fun. I think it's a fun concept for the podcast. So it's going to be really good.
A good time.
Anyway, it's not going to be a free square on the podcast, on the bingo card anymore, because now we know it has been confirmed. So we can look at this, and this isn't up anymore, by the way. This has all been taken down. But luckily, obviously, we've got lots of pictures of it and stuff like that. So there are 3 versions of pre-order, as always. We have the base version.
My mic is gone.
Do you want to just come onto my mic?
Yeah. I'm coming over. Yeah, this is nicer anyway.
So we got the base version of the pre-order.
$50 dues.
$50 dues. USD, which I think is about $300 Australian dollars. So something like that. So you get the World of Warcraft, Midnight, and of course the War Within, if you don't have it already. Level 80 character boost with enhanced gear, reputation, progress, and more, as one would imagine.
Yes.
500 traders tender.
That's nothing.
No, it's nothing, but also, it's there.
I'll take it.
Yeah, okay.
But that's very
and
little.
Housing early access. So everyone gets housing early access, which is pretty cool. And, that's great. That's awesome. Most people will be playing at that point, I think, especially for the base version. I think, player housing is going to be very busy. That is just basically when player housing releases, right?
Yep.
So all good,
Yep.
all gravy, all fantastic. No graphics. They're using the old
ones.
graphics from the War Within, so there's nothing we can tell about that. Then we get to the heroic tier, $70.
70 buckaroonies.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
You get everything again. You get 1,000 traders tender this time.
Nice.
Instead of 500.
Very
Double
good.
the amount. And you get also early housing access, the Light Strider Raiment Transmog set, which sounds like a light theme of Blood Elf armor.
Yes, 100%.
And the Lightwing Dragonhawk Skywriding mount, a light
Similarly.
version of the
Nice.
Dragonhawk. Which
I like it.
Sounds interesting. Okay,
Right, so-
maybe some hints about what we're looking at there.
An
you
extra
know?
$20 for more traders tender and some transmogs.
Yeah.
Fine.
And then the Epic Edition, which is $90.
90.
And that's
dollarinos.
90.
That's very big.
It's
That's a big number.
what's your name? What's your word for dollars in this one?
I said dollarinos.
Oh, dollarinos. Thank you.
Thank you.
You get everything again. You get 2,000 traders tender.
Now that I'll pay $90 for 2,000 traders tender. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah,
but I will.
you get the Light Strider raiment set, the Lightwing Dragonhawk Skywriding mount, but then you also get the Void Strider raiment set.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, please. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
You get the Void Light Surger Skywriding mount,
Nice.
a Hope Flutter pet,
Whatever.
a Doom Feathers pet,
Fine. Pets are cool, but
beta access to Midnight. Did they do that with the War Within? I think they did.
Did they?
I feel like they gave
Remind
away
me.
beta access to the War Within with the Epic Edition. Yeah, they did. They did.
Okay,
so
'cause that sounds familiar.
That's in
Yeah,
keeping.
okay.
Okay, whatever. I don't mind that. They
Okay.
did that back in MOP as well, right? So I'm not like, it's fine. The more people can get on the beta and test it, the better.
Yeah.
I think the more it's so like at the moment it's like this, we're doing beta access, not alpha anyway. Like in alpha, there's a bunch of creators like us in alpha, and we're making content and stuff like that. And it's nice to have like just people that are actually going to write bug reports and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I ain't no snitch. Like Blizzard gets something by letting me in alpha. I make beautiful videos with little jokes and stuff like that. But I don't write no bug reports. I ain't no snitch. Okay, they need some snitches in there.
Yeah.
They need to like give a snitch title for early access.
Yeah.
Give it for the $90 dues, right? So okay, beta access. 3 days early access to the Midnight expansion.
I mean, are you surprised they did it last time?
I am a bit surprised.
Did you think they would have done it with War Within, where it was, it created a lot of discussion, but generated huge amounts of money for them? And would they look at that and go like, no, we're not doing that again. We don't want the money. We don't want it that time.
But so there are also some housing items on there as well. I think everyone's so
Well,
hyped about housing
yes.
that I don't think they needed the 3 days early access to sell this.
I get what you're saying.
I think like there's enough on here that they would have sold it anyway.
Yeah.
And yes, they'll make a little bit more money. Probably not as much more money as they made with the War Within version because of the extra stuff.
I think
Do
they're
you know
going to
what I mean?
make a butt ton of money.
Well, what I mean is I think they would have made this money mostly anyway, even without it, because of all the other stuff.
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
I guess is what I'm saying, and that's subjective. I have no proof of that. Other people will disagree, I'm sure. But there's this thing where, like, I feel objectively it was bad for the game, and I feel like it was bad for the game. It affected the hype cycle of a new expansion. It definitely impacted like the hype and the online hype for a new expansion, having it released in stages like that. I think that's objective. We noticed it at the time. We talked about it at the time. And so for the sake of a few like $1,000, I feel like, and I know you can't read that on a balance sheet, right? You can read the extra $1,000 on a balance sheet. Shareholders can look at that and they can go, oh, that was the right decision. But what you can't quantify and what you can't read on a balance sheet is the negative effect that it has on an expansion launch. And I feel like that was definitely there. People that understand the game, people that understand the market, people that understand the player base. We know how much it hurt the opening of that expansion. But because you can't read it on a balance sheet, because Microsoft shareholders don't understand, we have to have it again.
I feel you, and I think fundamentally early access just sucks as an idea because it excludes people. It makes people, it creates kind of negative sentiment. I think at the end of the day, there are lots of people who do enjoy it, who do benefit from
Fair.
it.
Okay.
There's a whole group of people who will be upset and who maybe won't play the game because of it. I highly doubt that's a huge number of people compared to the thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people who don't care and who are just going to roll with it. I know that's a bit sad and cynical, but
no, I get it. Do you know what it feels like to me?
Yeah.
And I guess this is like why it feels horrible to me is I know for a fact no devs like this.
Yeah, they feel
no
bad about
devs
it, sure.
want this. And I mean, when I say no devs, I mean Ian has a Costas included. Ian knows it's shit. Ian doesn't want it. If it was up to Ian, it wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
And so what it feels like we're having a nice party and someone's invited someone that no one knows, that no one wants there, and who is a dickhead. It's basically every time I go to a party. And like it's like it just feels like no one wants them there. Like it's not a dev idea.
Yeah.
It hasn't come from the WoW team. It's come from outside the WoW team, and so it feels like an uninvited guest.
Yeah, I get that, but I feel like it's just standard now. It's become a standard. It happened with the last expansion. Why wouldn't it happen again?
I know.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a bad thing. Whatever. That's it. I've made my feelings on it clear.
Yeah.
I don't like it personally.
That's completely allowed.
I will
and
tell you
valid.
what I do.
Tell me what you do like. That's what I want to hear.
Midnight housing bundle.
Dun, dun,
Here we go. I feel like this is like this feels significant because this is like the future.
Okay.
This is the future of Warcraft because there are going to be housing bundles up the wazoo from now on in.
Yes.
There's going to be everything is housing bundles with every new release, with every it's always going to be like what housing bundles are in there?
Like a bundle?
Like
Yeah.
seriously. And there's
my bundle option
30
here?
games a day, 30 days of game time as well. Yeah, nice one.
good,
Thanks for that.
cool,
Cheers.
thank you.
Which you can make the argument that 30 days of game time is the monetary equivalent of the difference between the heroic and the epic edition. So it's like you might as well buy the epic edition, get all the extra stuff in there because you're saving the money that is the difference between them by having the 30 days of game time anyway.
Sure, yeah.
Like it's a mugs game. Buy the epic edition. It's the only real edition, which basically means WoW expansions cost $90 now.
Yeah.
But okay, fine, whatever.
I could just buy Mario Kart instead.
Oh yeah, exactly. So Midnight Housing Bundle, and God, I love this.
Tell me what we're getting.
The light infused rotunda, the light gazebo,
A light gazebo.
outdoor furniture, fam.
I love
Can
it.
you imagine?
I love
You're
it.
out on your gazebo in your neighborhood on your light gazebo, and you're like, "Morning, neighbor." As they walk past in their like void infused set. And obviously the void corrupted rotunda.
Yeah.
Many tentacles holding me into my rotunda, please. The light infused fountain.
I love it.
We can have a light fondue. The
Or a
void
light
corrupted
fondue,
fountain.
hey.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. Big stuff. I love it. Okay, but this is the stuff that is the most intriguing and also the most dangerous and has sparked controversy.
Yes.
The Alleria portrait, Ranger General. Tyrallion portrait, High Exarch. Arator portrait. I mean, we know Arator is going to be a major player in this expansion, but this absolutely confirms it.
The Redeemer. Ooh.
And thank you, God. Thank you so much. Xalatath portrait. The Harbinger.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Beautiful thing. We love it. Yes, please. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't like it's a beautiful thing. I love that we're getting portraits because that's like one of the best things about Final Fantasy 14 housing. I love the portraits that you can put in your house. Fantastic.
Yes.
Now, we don't know if these portraits are going to come under the heading of just flat out normal decor or as trophies. Now, from a housing perspective, the difference is that decor, you can have as many of the thing as you like. A trophy, you can only have one of each. So you can only have one, who's the dragon? Onyxia head, because
Okay.
Onyxia only had one head, right?
Oh,
So you can't have many heads.
Makes sense.
Okay,
Makes sense.
I begged, but no. I begged like it was my anniversary.
one.
Yeah, but I didn't get it. It makes sense maybe that these would be trophies as well, and you can only have one because they're kind of special items. I get that, but please, I'm putting this out there right now. Please, oh please, oh please, please don't make them. Please don't make them trophies.
No,
Please,
it's just decor.
please make them just
decor.
normal decor.
Yeah.
Because I want my Xalatath room.
Yeah.
I want a whole room where it's just Xalatath portraits all over the wall and on the ceiling, and there's a big floating Xalatath portrait in the middle.
The thing with decor, it's resizable, right?
Yeah. So
you
some
could
big,
just
some
make,
small,
like,
some like yeah,
huge,
absolutely.
Just zoom in on her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely scalable.
Yes, please. That's what I want, and that's going to be brilliant.
Can't
But
wait.
that's not where the controversies come.
No.
The controversy has come from the fact that the Alleria portrait is titled "The Ranger General." Why does that upset people, Evie?
Well, she's not the Ranger General, is she?
She's not, nor has she ever been.
No.
No.
She rejected that title, right?
She did reject the title. Well
Yeah.
done. You've read the Sylvanas novel.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
No, she was the Ranger Captain. As in, it's like she was going to be made Ranger General. She was next in line because it's hereditary, which doesn't seem very meritocracy to me. No wonder Silver Moon fell, if you ask me. Maybe they should just give it to the person who was best for the job. I don't know. Instead of this king shit. Maybe if they just had a proper meritocracy and democracy, this wouldn't have happened, and Arthur never would have got there. But whatever. Who cares?
That's another story.
She was never Ranger General, and this has made people think that maybe she is set to become Ranger General in Midnight.
Right.
And why is that a controversy, Evertel?
Well, because surely it should be Sylvanas.
Well, it won't be Sylvanas because she's dead and she's not there. Like,
Well.
there is a Ranger General at the moment.
Is
It's
it
a dude. I can't quite remember his name.
Is it is it Halton?
Can't remember.
Who's the guy?
Anyway,
It's the other guy.
The speculation is, of course, that this means that Alleria will come back to help defend.
Haldoran.
Thank
That's
you.
it. Haldoran.
Will come back to help defend Silvermoon against like the Void attack and stuff, and will take up the mantle
Yes.
of Ranger General.
What's her family title,
Presumably, basically, if I was a Haldoran enjoyer right now, if Haldoran was my favorite character
people out there?
in World of Warcraft. I just wouldn't get too invested in the idea that he's going to feature very prominently in Midnight, to be honest. Like, I feel like that dude ain't making it out of the pre-patch. I feel like that dude ain't making it out of the cinematic. I feel like Midnight is going to start with a Ranger General vacancy. That's what I'm saying, okay? All I'm saying is get your Haldoran
Feels
merch
like
now
it.
because it's about to become vintage. It's about to become limited edition, okay? Like, if you were umming and ahhing about buying that Haldoran mug, that Haldoran poster, that Haldoran action figure, you better get it because I'm saying I don't think they're going to be, like, reprinting that stuff, is all I'm saying, okay? Haldoran enjoyers, I'm really sorry. I don't think he is long for this world. Now, maybe that's the case.
Yeah.
So can I say something? And this isn't a criticism because Wowhead is my favorite website. I don't think there's a better WoW news or speculation website, frankly. I think there's a cognitive dissonance going on with people with Wowhead at the moment.
Okay.
Wowhead have moved slightly into speculation in a way that they didn't do before. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no,
I
think
actually
it's
really enjoy their speculation articles. I think, like a Portugage is a great speculation writer, knows the lore inside out. And this isn't a criticism on Wowhead or Portugage. I think it's just something that the player base hasn't got used to yet, or the readership of Wowhead hasn't quite got used to. Because I think when we read Wowhead, we still associate Wowhead with like straight up fact.
News.
Like news, they are
Data
telling us
mining.
what is happening.
Yeah, or
right?
what they found. Sure.
So yeah, exactly. So when it comes to speculation, so when Portugage writes an article, which is like third Demon Hunter spec, because I saw it, like I saw a shadowy Demon Hunter in the trailer. Like, we could do a video about that. Doran's movies could do a video about that.
Yeah.
Belle could do a video about that. And people know it's just like straight up speculation.
Yeah.
And they take it with a pinch of salt, like you should. Portagage does that on Wowhead, and I think there's a tendency for people to associate it with fact more than speculation because it's coming from Wowhead.
Maybe they need like a special like speculation tag. Or
So,
just
and I think that was kind of behind the whole Third Demon Hunter spec thing. Was I read it on Wowhead, so it must be happening.
Yeah.
I didn't see it in some bullshit Taliesin and Evertel video where I'm like, whatever, man, you clickbait shill, dude. Like, I saw this shit on Wowhead, so it's happening.
Yeah.
And likewise with this Ranger General stuff, there's this idea that, I just saw on Wowhead that Alaria is going to be the Ranger General.
Yeah.
So I think we associate it, and I don't think that's a fault of Wowhead. I don't think that's a fault of Portagage. I think we as readers of Wowhead maybe just need to shift our thinking a little bit when it comes to these kind of articles and be like, this is not actually fact. We don't know that she's going to become the Ranger General.
Yes.
We don't know what circumstances she's going to become the Ranger General.
And I think, I mean, it literally says speculation in the title of this article.
That's why I'm saying I'm not criticizing Wowhead or the way they're presenting it.
But I think I'm with you in terms of a community kind of reading stuff or seeing an article, a news article. Wowhead is associated with news. Yeah, I do think there's kind of a shift that we're not quite 100% there yet as a community.
I like that shift. I really like their new tone.
I've really enjoyed kind of the lighter tone. And
there's been a noticeable difference in WoW, and I like that. I think it's really good. But there's any number of reasons why it could call her the Ranger General here.
Yes.
Like, bear in mind, this has been taken down. We were not supposed to see it.
Yeah.
This is not finished. When the pre-orders come out, they could be completely different from this. This is not official. We're not supposed to see it, and God forbid they are different from this, because again, the player base will go absolutely. Maybe they will have changed the title to the Ranger Captain.
Yeah, it's possible.
By then,
this was just kind of found.
We
by
just
chance,
don't
right?
know,
So.
and a lot of people are getting angry over nothing right now, as far as I'm concerned, because if it's in data mining, like that very important bit of Xalatath lore that was in the PTR but hasn't made it to the live game, as far as I can tell, it's not canon. It might be a hint, but it's not canon.
Yeah.
I mean, again, there's any reasons why a painting can be called a Ranger General, because a painting, again, isn't a photograph. It's not real.
Yeah.
I could make a painting of Evertel called the Ranger General because it's you as the Ranger General, right? It doesn't mean that you are the new Ranger General.
It's just that's a good point.
It could be like a Heroes of the Storm skin or something like that. It could be a conceptual painting or something like that.
Yeah, it could be. It's like, what if she were a Ranger General? Here she is in her garb. Like, here's something that, her the Windrunners have created to kind of...
It could be a portrait they had commissioned when everyone thought she was going to become... it could be like her Ranger General portrait that hangs in the hall of the... Yeah, totally.
Like,
it's like, that would be actually really funny. And it could be like, maybe it's still up there. And it's like, it's a shame. We spent all this money on this portrait. So, so like, obviously it wouldn't surprise me if she did become the Ranger General. And obviously people are like, well, it's a bit... We were hoping this would be a more Horde-focused expansion and having an Alliance character coming in and being like,
at least
exactly.
chuck one in there.
I know.
I think even just in terms of like perception, like public view right now, seeing this, you're like, what? Just chuck a Thrall or Jaina in there, totally. Anyone,
I agree with that.
So it does feel,
I totally agree with that. And but if it establishes that portraits are a thing that will get introduced as rewards and stuff like that, and they seem like really good things, and this is how 14 does it as well, of marking milestones in the story and stuff like that. So there'll be like a Koresh view one, like warband screens and stuff like that. Then yes, obviously lots of potential there. Lorthamar, people like that, who would expect to be big personalities in the expansion. But so it's not speculation that there are no Horde characters in there.
No.
But then again, this isn't ready. We aren't supposed to see this yet. No. Maybe there will be when it comes out. Maybe like this could all change. So there is that caveat for everything. Interesting. That's the thing that sparked controversy about that.
It has, hasn't it?
Should we go on to some super chats?
Let's do some super chats. Can you pull them up? Yeah.
Oh no. How sad.
Just my ghost.
Yeah.
Ghost of Evitesh.
All right,
let me
pull
go
up,
to
YouTube.
our live stream here.
YouTube.
And let's go to. Sorry, you usually do this bit. Don't
I
you?
know. Usually, this is what I'm for.
Okay.
There we go. Thank you, everyone, for the super chats today. It's amazing.
I sell cabbages. Good morning, T&E. Hope you have a great stream.
Cheers.
I
Cheers, cabbages.
feel like we did have a great stream.
We did. It's been a great
That
stream.
was
Thank you.
prescient.
The only thing that isn't great is, well, as much as I love it, your mic voice is so powerful and loud. I can no longer hear out of this ear. But other than that,
Well, next time,
really
don't
good.
break your fucking microphone.
yeah. Well, I'll
How's that?
try. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you use my mic next time?
Ziantivia, thank you for your. I think SEK is like US dollars. That's $500 US.
yeah.
right?
No, that's definitely.
Hey champs, question for Tally. Now Xalatath is not really our enemy anymore. I'm not sure I agree with that, friend, but okay. Do you think we will eventually befriend her? Don't forget Evie when answering this. No, we kind of covered this already, but I don't think that we will. I think she is well and truly a baddie, and that's why I'm enjoying these moments of getting to enjoy Zali. And she's very different personality-wise, but there is a strong parallel between the approach to Xalatath in this patch and to Emmett Sulk in Shadowbringers. This idea that it's a love to hate him style character, where they're following us around, and they're trouble. And we're going to have to fight them. And
they're fun to have around
and
while
it
it's
is
happening.
waiting for that moment when it's going to all go wrong and when it's going to happen. So, and that's what I enjoy about it. There's no pretense. It is like, this is very much for this moment only. And then we're going to go back to fighting each other.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be a thing of, the faction war is over because we all helped
She's
each other out.
here,
Nah,
and,
it ain't happening,
She's
man.
hanging out in whatever hub city we have now. No. It's,
And so basically what it's actually doing is it's just helping to develop a big bad. And I love it when a big bad gets really developed. I think that's fantastic. And I think, like I said earlier that I feel like she's becoming the most developed WoW baddie ever. I stand by that. Like the only one that even comes close is Garrosh. And I just enjoy Xalatath more. I just think she's better.
Yeah.
I think the way she was introduced was more fun, being in a weapon.
Yeah.
And like, I just think
people
that's
latched
really,
onto that
exactly. And
instantly.
she's exactly, and she's always just unambiguously been a baddie, and I really
my
like it.
champion.
Yeah,
I just-
exactly.
it's so good.
Yeah, totally. But thank you for that. We got Azarash.
Oh, cheers, Rico. Hey, Tally. Hey, Abby. Cheers and
Rico.
love. This is a day 2 of me asking the WoW team to add bards into game. Nice. We're on a new campaign, Rico, and 178 days for Orc Browse.
Yeah.
Gamescom is near. Can you remind us of your plans for it? A good shout. We are actually going to be able to more officially reveal our plans early next week. So very formally, we'll be able to put a list of here's what we're doing. But headline, come see us. We're there all the time, basically.
Yeah, we are. And mostly we're going to be on stage doing stuff, but we do also have genuine opportunities for some meet and greets and stuff as well. If you like Taliesin and Evertel, then basically this is the Gamescom for you. It's going to be a good one.
It's the one.
If you dislike Taliesin and Evertel, don't worry because they're announcing Midnight.
Yeah, you've got other things to look forward
If you
to
like
there.
Preach and Mr. GM, if you like Nagura, if you like Makes, if you like
my
S-Fans,
God.
oh my God.
You guys are going to be spoiled.
You know what? I feel like we're on stage all the time, but actually, if you hate us, there's plenty of stage stuff without us as well. Because WoW have just got, it's non-stop.
Yeah.
It's wall to wall. They have a
crazy.
booth. It's huge.
It's more info
It's
soon.
so big.
More info soon.
And you can basically, if you went to Gamescom, if you only were interested in WoW, you could go to Gamescom and just spend all of your time with the WoW stuff.
I think that's
you'd be fine. It would be, it'd be fantastic. So I can't wait to tell you more about that.
Can't wait. Buddy, thank you so much, Buddy, for the super chat. Cheers, fam. Midnight hype. Yes, let's call it now. Who's the Midnight Delve companion going to be? Have Gamescom.
Arator?
Oh, no. It's got to be a girl.
It would be so...
It's got to be a lady.
Let's go back to those Kata days of the one joke in Kata that Blood Elf men look a bit like women, right? Yeah, they're a bit feminine.
Simpler times.
Oh,
Simpler
Varisa!
times.
That'd be so
Varisa?
cute. What about Varisa's terrifying twins?
Oh.
What about her...
I thought they were out of the picture.
What her scary, scary twins who've been in their teens by now, probably. So, what about them?
I want I want a cool Blood Elf companion just to fit the vibe.
Liadrin.
Liadrin.
What about that girl from the Orphans Week quest lines, the one who the Bronze Dragons want to kill when you take her around, who we speculated could low-key be a baddie in Dragonflight, because she is grown up and she's part of the Sindori now properly. What's her name? I always forget. Salandria. I'm gonna do a cheeky little bet on Salandria. I think that could be really fun.
Okay.
I'd love to see Salandria doing more.
I also think it'd be really fun if it was like a really, really big character that they just chucked in. Exactly. Like what's Lorthamar doing? Like, what's he up to? Like,
imagine doing delves with fucking Lorthamar.
And he's just like,
I lost my hat.
Yeah, like he's just
Don't stand there, champion. And when shit really starts going down, when shit really starts hitting the wall, when you're on like 10% health and he's on 10% health, he goes into his Waluigi voice from the Najatar PTR, and he's like, "Don't stand there, champion. Ow, champion! What are you doing?" Get out of there, champion!
Yeah, just like someone who just hates being there.
Rip the Waluigi voice that never made it off the PTR.
Forced to run delves with the champion. Like,
I just never forget that day.
Yeah, that was
like,
very
Lorthamar's here. I love Lorthamar's voice. He's got the sexiest voice ever. And I clicked him on the PTR and he's like, "Yes, champion. What are you doing here?" I would like. I want Lorthamar. I found some gold, champion. I don't need it.
Yeah.
Get yourself something nice. I sell cabbages. I know I'm probably in the minority here, but I am not a fan of the story. I understand why we are working with Zal, but it just sets up her betraying us and not us doing anything about it. I think like that's the whole point, though, isn't it? Is that we have no choice.
No.
Like there's nothing we can do about it. Like at the moment, we have to defeat Dimensius because otherwise he's going to eat us and eat the world and eat Azeroth. And so it's like it puts us in a bind. We have to do this thing that we know is going to blow up in our faces, but we don't have a choice.
Yeah, we do.
Obviously, for me,
it's
subjective.
that makes the story fun. But it is
I like
subjective.
It's like a vibe and a layer of story that I quite like. But if you don't like it, you don't like it. I get that. There's nothing I can't persuade you to like it. That's Blizzard's job. And I sell cabbages again. That being said, I am a big fan that we see the brokers again. I miss them, and I am happy they're related to something after Shadowlands.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. I've really felt like the broker revival works this time around. I'm into it.
And we talked about that a bit more as well, didn't we? And I am a convert to the broker cause. Count me in, because I just wasn't a big fan of them in Shadowlands, and I'm glad. I'm really glad. And you know what? There are Shadowlands vibes going on in Koresh beyond the brokers being there. I feel like, and I've seen people say this in the chat as well, I feel like the ecodomes, they do feel a bit Zereth Mortisy a lot of the time, but kind of way better. I completely agree. It's kind of what Zereth Mortis should have been. I'm glad we think the same thing. Yeah. Decaz, this is a really interesting comment.
Ooh. Any speculation into why Xalatath's HP increases as we progress through the story quests in Koresh? I did not see that.
I did not notice that either, but I really, really like it. If that's true, I'm going to have to look into that.
Yes.
If that's true, that is like A, very well noticed, and B, that's just cool, isn't it?
It is cool.
I think it's like, clearly it's like she's getting more powerful.
Yeah.
It's like almost like she's getting more powerful just on causing discord.
Yes, exactly.
Because what I love is the amount of like just hand grenades that she chucks in there. And it's like, did you know that Locust Walker actually destroyed the planet?
Yeah. Oh. There's I think Venari
HP going up.
I think Venari actually has a comment on this when she's chatting with you, and she's like, well, we all got what we wanted. We solved the problem, but now everyone hates each other. Exactly how Xalatath likes to do it. And I was like, yep. It's like we got there, but now we all hate each other.
Yeah, totally.
Well done.
But I do also love that thing of like, we are team, like we have no choice but to team up with Xalatath, and she needs us as well.
Yeah.
So like, we both need each other. But she still managed to make it all on her terms. Like, it's still like, she still holds the power here. And she's still like, you think I'm going to stop fucking you up just because? Yeah. Nah. I love it. I love that line where she's like, I cannot in good conscience keep this secret from you any longer. And I love the line before that where you're questing for her. She's like, Alleria has seemed very upset with me ever since I blew up Dalaran.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she still hasn't forgiven me.
I think she's still upset with me about that. Yeah. Chris, just want to say thank you for always finding the joy in the simple things in the game. Appreciate you both. We appreciate you too, Chris.
Thanks, Chris, for
thank
sure.
you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And not Thunders.
Or not Thunders.
One day Thunders
100%.
is going to drop us a super chat.
Yeah, one day
Still
the
waiting
real
on that
Thunders.
one.
Yeah. Good morning, Teeny. My question is, have you seen the Fantastic Four movie yet?
No.
If not, have you seen any of the trailers after the first teaser trailer?
Not really.
I've seen like one of them. We really want to go.
Well, I still want to have like a Superman and Fantastic Four day all in one day.
I might just go for Fantastic Four, to be honest.
Why? You don't want to see Superman?
I have nothing against Superman. I think the cast is extremely good looking. I
just want to sit in the dark with some sexy people.
Yeah, I'm like, this is a very attractive cast. However, I also think the same thing about Fantastic Four, and I want to see that. So
okay. Okay, well, all right.
And you know what? I accept that Superman is probably going to be the better movie, but I still want to see Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I feel like both of them are going to be slightly less good than I want them to be.
Yeah.
But I don't care. I'll go and see them.
I'll go see him. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, to answer your question, Thunders. And another one from Not Thunders. Tally, this super chat is a sorry for not listening to Tally again. Even though he broke down how there's no third Demon Hunter spec at the moment, I still had hope. Will I ever learn, especially after all these years?
Look, listen, I'm not saying there's not going to be a third Demon Hunter spec. There
What
might
if?
well be. All I've ever said, and you know, it wouldn't even surprise me if there was.
Yeah.
All I've ever said is there's no evidence.
Yeah.
And I stand by that. Like, all the
Okay.
evidence is circumstantial. The fact that there is a shadow
It's all speculative.
like Demon Hunter boss.
Yeah.
And, you know, I remember when the article came out and people were talking about it in my chat.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, maybe. I hope there is. You know, I literally actively hope there is. There's just no evidence for it. And, it got edgy in my chat. People were giving, people did not want to hear
it
it.
could turn out to be evidence
Yeah.
if it's true.
Maybe.
Think of it that way.
That's one way of looking at evidence. I'm glad you're not a judge or a lawyer, but yeah.
I am neither of those things.
No, I hope there is. I hope there is a third Demon Hunter spec. I just hope it's not a
It'd be
healer.
fun, wouldn't it?
That would suck. I don't want a healer Demon Hunter spec.
No! Oh my god! Like,
That would
like
blow.
a support Demon Hunter.
Yeah, totally.
Lord.
What do you guys think of adding forest trolls and high elves in Midnight? Something you'd like to see happen?
High elves, 100%.
Yeah.
Forest trolls, I'll take it. That sounds really cool.
Yeah. I like that. I mean, functionally, we have high elves. Because
just
we
blue
have all
eyes.
of the customizations for them. But like officially
Like
anointing them, I'd be down for.
Yeah.
And forest trolls, the big beefy trolls, we need some extra polygons in there. But I mean, we're gonna have to have some troll stuff going on in Eversong Woods when we go there for Midnight. So no finer time.
Yeah.
Load me up. I'd be down for that.
Yeah,
Totally.
cheers.
The answer is yes.
Yes. I'm with you. Also, from the Prophet Lord, also nice to finally catch you guys live. Thanks for all you do and the entertainment you give the community. Oh,
Thank you. Thank you for kind words. And thank you for paying money to say those kind
Yeah,
words.
that's like, yeah.
That is baller. That's
so
like,
nice.
I sell cabbages again. MVP so far in this
Yeah.
chat. Do you think there will be a new race or class in Midnight? We know what happened to the other two expansions that didn't have a new race or class. Look, this is a fact. It is a genuine fact that a new race or class, there's never been a bad expansion with a new class in it. Simple as that. If you want to guarantee that your expansion is going to be good, you put a new class in it.
Yep.
We're talking Wrath, we're talking Mop, we're talking Legion, we're talking Dragonflight. Like, that is an absolute who's who of excellent WoW expansions.
stuff
Like,
in there,
you
yeah.
want a good expansion. You want your expansion to be remembered down the ages as being an absolute banger, top tier expansion. You put a class in there. So for that reason, I'm always hoping that there's going to be a new class in every expansion.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do hope that there will be one in Midnight. I think I'm like 50-50 on whether I think it's actually going to happen.
Really?
Yeah, I think
I feel like it's time.
I think people are gonna. I think the devs are gonna feel like it's gonna fit more with Last Titan.
Oh, but that means there's like only one new like race / class in the World Soul Saga.
No, could be new. Could be new races in Midnight.
Do you think it? Yeah.
Allied races, you can whack them in whenever.
I don't want allied races.
I know,
I want something new.
I know. But
Like-
I want there to be a new spec always. Like I said, I'm 50-50. It wouldn't surprise me either way.
Okay.
So I'm just hopiuming it up my wazoo right now. Well, if you put hopium up your wazoo, it goes straight into your bloodstream.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
It's
with
so
that.
much quicker.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Once I was smuggling hopium across the border, and what I'd done is I put loads of hopium in balloons and just swallowed them. But then as I was going through customs, they all burst. And like I thought I was going to be made king of that country as I walked in. I was like, this is the best country ever.
Great
You got to be careful, right?
Yeah, you do have to be careful with that
hopium. Like it's very safe if it's used correctly and in moderation.
I agree.
What class? Because I haven't had your input on this actually. We've done a whole video on it, but like, what class would you hope for?
Bards.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because you said it out loud, and now it has to happen. You know what I mean?
I never wanted Bard in WoW
and
before.
now once you put the pieces together, I was like, oh, and you hear the song, right? And you're like the world soul bard.
Like, I love the world soul bard idea. And that's what started my brain coming round to the idea of bards. But the thing that really sold it to me was the idea that they would be a bow class. The idea of like, oh, another class that uses a bow.
Like a ranger style.
And then it clicked. And I was like, yes, I need this. I need this actually. This would be so cool.
Yeah.
And
like,
it'll
be an excuse for like more cool bow trans.
Yeah, well, exactly. And like, more different kinds of bow trans. And can you imagine bard tier sets?
Oh my God,
can you imagine how saucy that shit is going to be?
Stripy pants.
And like so different from anyone else's kind of tier sets.
It would be so different. It would be so different.
It would be amazing. And the idea that your offhand would be an instrument that was cosmetic and you unlock different instruments.
Do you think the brokers and their big pants have been kind of teasing bards all along?
No, but we can definitely draw from that.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, yeah, that's what I would hope for as well. I would not be disappointed with really cool mech suits and tinkers and stuff, but
that would also
I'm
be cool.
so into Bard right now.
Me too.
I want it so much that every day I wake up and it hasn't happened, I'm disappointed. And I hate Ian a little bit more. Every day that Bards aren't here, I hate Ian.
We'll tell him that when we see him.
I can't wait to see him.
Yeah,
and tell him
can't wait.
He loves us. Literally, whenever I see him from across the room, and I'm like, Ian, and he's always like, fuck.
What this time?
Yeah. Rico again.
Oh, cheers, Rico. Do you think Blizz adds so many things from Shadowlands through the seasons and patches to make Shadowlands feel not as bad as it was?
I don't know if they're doing that on purpose, but it's working.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, like what we've been talking about with brokers.
Yeah.
Like suddenly I'm on broker team. Like I'm hanging out in Tazavesh, and it's really good. Like it's I think there is kind of something to it. And these kind of like little hints and mentions of Shadowlands every now and then.
Maybe Arator is called the Redeemer because like it's just the redemption of the Shadowlands.
Yeah.
It's like it's good now. It's good now.
Yeah.
Thy Frog Catcher. How do you feel given that, as far as we know, this is the first expansion without a legendary? Legion and BFA had legendary items despite the artifacts. I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Maybe there'll be one.
Absolutely. I don't think so.
I don't know.
Maybe no. You need a legendary that is like relevant to the current raid tier. If you're waiting till a 0.5 patch or something, it's not relevant. So yeah,
you're right. Okay.
I
think I'm okay.
I like it when a legendary is like spec specific, class specific, and you have to like there's one class that can get this legendary, and they have to go on a very long quest line to get it. Not I have to kill the raid boss 50 times. Just like I've got a proper like rogue legendary quest line to go on. That's what I'd like to see. I feel like those days are kind of past with WoW, but I would love to see that. Yeah. I'm okay with it. There not being one this expansion, but I do like them generally, and I'd love to see a very involved one for one random class in Midnight. I'd be down with that, even if it's not a class that I like playing. I love that stuff. Right before, 100 Not Thunders again. Right before the skywriting screenshot and the trailer for the patch, it looks like the Dark Heart is getting overpowered and going to explode. Yeah, it's got like kind of jerky sort of thing going on.
Yeah.
Does that have something to do with the Midnight or Dimensius? I've got a because I don't think we've seen that cinematic yet.
No.
I've got a feeling that's going to play before Dimensius, and I've got a feeling it's going to be like we have channeled the energy through and like expended the energy in the Dark Heart, and Dimensius is back, and it's like we'll get into the room and the Dark Heart will be channeling all of the arcane, because that's what they're doing. They're channeling all the arcane energy from the broken planet through the Dark Heart, transferring it into shadow energy, void energy, and like reforming Dimensius. So it's like we'll have expended it. It will be like boom, clunk to the floor, and then we fight Dimensius. Will probably be my guess.
Makes sense.
Before like
it feels like a pre-Dimensius moment.
Before Zalatath takes it and becomes the baddie
like,
again. Yeah. Which is obviously going to happen.
Kiss,
like
tucks it in her pocket.
And you know what? Yeah. I don't even mind that that's so obviously going to happen.
Well,
I'm down with
it. Exactly. I'm complicit.
And Cabbages also, thank you, Tally, for the disc priest suggestions from your stream. It helped out. awesome, but I think I'll stick to Resto Druid and
Fair.
Evoker. Fair, maybe a wise choice. I feel like Disc has had its time in the sun, and I enjoyed it. Darius, hello, happy I catch you live. What do you think the story will be moving forward? Will you make some fun prediction videos about Midnight?
Yes, we're gonna do this.
Oh
I
boy,
think.
oh boy. Have I got some ideas about Midnight and the Midnight cinematic and how Midnight is going to look and what is going to happen? I've literally been putting together scenes and assets to use in our predictions video.
Yeah.
It's going to be big. I've talked about it a little on stream as well. But I mean, I've just got a very clear idea of what I think is going to happen, which hasn't happened for a while.
Okay.
When it's come to
you've
like
had
expansion
moment of
predictions and stuff like
clarity.
that. Yeah, but I feel like I feel like I know.
Okay. Okay.
And pretty soon I will know. So
Okay.
I gotta
Okay.
we gotta hurry up and get this
Yeah,
video
yeah,
out, right?
yeah.
So yeah. But the answer is yes, Darius.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And if you like predictions videos, you are not going to be disappointed.
Yep.
It's going to be the best predictions video we've ever done. It's going to have because we have to prepare for the podcast in Gamescom, so
Yes,
we
we
have
do.
to make that bingo
We
card
have to
good.
make it like now. Yeah.
It has to look good as well, so it looks good on the big screens.
Yeah.
Cheers for the new patch. You suppose Azeroth says Eonot. I not? Enot. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Well, no, Enot.
Why not?
You suppose Azeroth doesn't have a big cult like Oracle's because she was put to sleep? Oh, great question. So that's a really good question. Yeah. Really interestingly, we see a whole religion based around the world soul and we were talking about parallels and not parallels between the two world souls. And this is a great example of that. Yeah, a whole religion based around listening to the world soul, communing with the world soul. It doesn't seem like we have that on Azeroth. Or don't we? Because that certainly seems to me like what the Haranir are.
Yeah, they kind of
Yeah.
they like
It's
kind
just
of
we've
worship
never
the
come.
word
Yeah,
soul.
so I think the answer is yes, we do have that.
We just wouldn't describe them as a cult.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I wouldn't even describe the oracles as a cult because they do actually commune with the
Yeah,
world, so
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
like a thing they've made up or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just a religion, but it's a religion that is definitely true.
Yeah.
Is it really? I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the oracles they follow a religion which is definitely true, and well maybe they misinterpret what the world soul is a bit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe.
But and likewise the Haranir. So yeah, I think the Haranir are maybe the oracle equivalent that we have on Azeroth for sure. And I'm looking forward to looking into that in future expansions.
Yeah.
It feels like a Last Titan thing, but I get the feeling that they might just ease the Haranir back into it. Well, certainly Orwenya into Midnight a little bit, and then big Haranir stuff in Midnight would be my guess.
Presumably, yeah.
Just a guess.
Yeah. Let's see. Wyndham Wildlife Gardens. Amazing. Team, your animated background. What was the inspiration for the design? Thank you for letting us into your world. A welcoming space to spend time with two wonderful people. Aw, hugs from
Oh,
Australia.
thank you.
Oh, thank you, friend.
We just wanted. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Evicam is what I'm looking
Evicam.
for. Just want to. Okay. Evitel
camera
camera.
border.
there
There
we
you
go.
go.
Oh,
Camera
whoops.
border up above it.
No, all of it.
Yeah. Oh.
There we go. Can we get rid of that? No.
No.
Oh no, I can't get rid of
No.
that.
Oh.
Strange.
It went away briefly.
Yeah, I guess we just gotta bring that back.
That? Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, our animated background, which we're really proud of, thank you,
Yes.
which was made for us by Mego.
Yes.
Who does a lot of our emotes and stuff as well. And this is the third update of this background
Yeah,
that
so
we've had
for
because every expansion we add some bits to it, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And we just wanted a chill. We commissioned. What we did was we went out and at the same time we commissioned this image. This animated image, we commissioned Jay the Tavern Bard to make a version of our theme music.
Yeah, a little lo-fi chill version.
And we thought we'll have some lo-fi theme music, and we'll have a really chill kind of. So it's evocative of those kind of study videos and that kind of thing, but from a different angle and stuff. So we just thought of a whole bunch of stuff that we thought would be really cozy. Because believe it or not, our actual bedroom's a bit bigger than that, and we have a double bed and everything. Because we're grown-ups.
And the PC is not in there. It's up here.
Exactly.
Both of them.
So it is very kind of evocative. We've got no reference to our kids in there. Maybe we should think about that. It's really fun to have it updated every expansion with new assets and things like that.
It's
so
really cool.
really looking forward to getting on that after the I like that because it was commissioned quite a while ago. I have no bald spot. I love that for me. That's great. Oh, I know what it is. It's like There it is. That's the thing.
that
So
the
then,
one?
yeah, and then we can go like that. There we go. So you just see some
There
heavy
you
legs
go.
there, which is nice.
Yeah,
Are you wearing
socks.
glasses in that picture? I can't remember.
No.
No. So
but I
that's
did have
good.
long hair.
Yeah. So there's no bald spot for me because
Yeah.
it was commissioned a while ago.
Really
So that's good.
nice.
Really happy to stay in that level. One day when we get Mego to do it, she's just going to put a bald spot in there.
Yeah,
She'll be like, I
it's
thought
like
you'd like it since it looks more like you
about
now. I'll be like,
time.
no, Mego, I don't like it actually. Thank you. So I love it, and it's one of the highlights of every expansion to me is commissioning this new background
Yeah.
again.
Little edits to it. Always.
It's really cool.
We're gonna have to start switching stuff out though, because I think we're gonna start running out of space.
Never. I will never lose anything. Only add. No subtraction, only addition. Subtraction.
I knew what you were saying. Oh, thank you for the super chat. That was really lovely.
Yeah.
And then Kitchen Troll, possibly longer name, but it's cut off. Let's all agree that it is wine o'clock. Thank you for the amazing super chat, by the way. Even if I am still waiting on the coffee to finish, this is my second one.
I love a super chat that basically tells me to have wine o'clock.
Yeah. When
Like,
super chat's like,
we just need another super chat to tell us to get chicken.
yeah.
And then we're
Stop,
going to have
we
such a
literally
good
just
night.
got it a few
We
nights
need
ago.
someone to drop like $20 and be
No,
like, chicken for
stop.
you. And then we
No.
have to have chicken.
No, we don't, because I need to actually cook dinner and
that's
make
the
something
rules.
proper for
That's
my
how it
children.
goes. Thunders again. Was the Zalitos portrait you have IRL a gift from testing player housing? I hope that's the player housing decor. Is this in the bundle? That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? No, the Zalitos image that you see. In the weekly reset and behind me there above the arcade machine.
Yes.
We get a lot of comments actually, and it was just someone put the art. It's an artist from Twitter who put it up on their Twitter.
Yes.
And we DM'd them and we said, can we buy the file off you so we can print it off and have it in our videos?
Yeah.
And they very kindly sold us,
Yeah.
a print
Yeah.
essentially, which was lovely. But their name does escape me. I'm ashamed to say.
It's like Eric.
But I've got the DM, so
Yes.
what I'm going to do is, and I've been meaning to do this for a while now. Apologies to the artist.
Yeah.
Not they ever asked us to, but I think it's the right thing to do. I will like put a link to them in all our videos that feature it from now on in, because it's awesome and everyone should have it. It's brilliant. Like we don't own it. It's like and
Yeah,
I
it
highly
is
recommend
such
that
a
everyone
great
have
work
such
of
an
art.
amazing artwork. It's so great. And literally, the second I saw it, and they just did it as a practice, as a warm up one day.
Yeah, there we go.
Who is it?
It is Eric Bui.
Yes.
Eric Bui. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but yeah, we'll share a link to
But
it.
quite apart from the Zalitos, I mean, obviously the Zalitos is their greatest work.
Yeah.
But quite apart from that, they're
really
a
great.
fantastic artist,
Yeah.
like a really great artist.
Yeah, really
so we will start putting a link in the videos. So I've been meaning to do
Yeah.
that for months. Sorry,
Yeah.
thank you for the reminder.
Yeah.
I sell cabbages. Also, whoops. Also, do you plan to have any guests on the podcast? Have on this is Wow Crendor. We don't know Wow Crendor
No, I
at
don't think we've
all.
ever actually met Wow Crendor.
Do you know what? When we've had guests on the show, the show hasn't gone down so well when we've had guests on
Yeah,
it.
I think it's
I love doing it.
I enjoy it too.
It's a hard one to judge because we never know what news there's going to be every week,
Yeah.
and like how much we're just going to want to talk about what's happening.
Yeah.
Whereas like I like to make the interviews a bit more about the interviewee rather than like
yeah.
So it's a tough one. It's unlikely we're going to have many more guests, to be honest. And if we do,
Maybe it's
it
just like a
probably
different
won't be
format.
people we don't know. It'll probably be people that like we know, and we're like friends with enough like WoW creators that it would take us ages to get to all of them before anything else.
Yeah.
We've had like Dan, which is like the ultimate for me. The next
Dan Olsen.
Yeah. The next ultimate would be we've had Garrett, who I used to do a podcast with before.
Yeah.
The next ultimate would be Josh Law.
Yeah.
Josh Law.
Oh, like Josh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because he does his own show
He
now.
does.
Since he doesn't work for Blizz anymore.
Oh, yeah.
And he would be like
and then we could like chat really openly.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And because obviously,
I mean,
and you could do it in cosplay as Josh. We haven't had the Josh cosplay for ages.
It's literally in a box under the bed.
I
literally
loves,
have- I
she
literally
only
have
puts
a
it on for my
check shirt
birthday.
and a
She's like, it's your
curly
birthday,
ring.
Tally. Do you
But I
want
don't think- I
Zalatath or
don't
do you
think
want
his-
Josh? And I'm like,
I
don't
think
even
his
ask that
hair is
question.
different
Get the
now.
Josh on.
I think he's going for a different look.
I think
but
Josh's hair was different like the
his
week
show-
after we did the
his
cosplay.
show- he was like, I got it. He's like, I cannot be identified. But his show is called Sounds Good Makes Sense.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Yeah, very cool.
Which I love.
If you didn't know that he's running a YouTube channel again, go and check it out. It's very, very good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Next one, Rico. Thank you again, Rico. By the way, what's your choice for Tezvish registration? Oh, mine is Alatas' best friend. Yes, mine.
Me too.
Oh no, I said Lore Walker's like next apprentice or something.
And the purpose of the stay is I got dragged into this again. Mine was I'm just following the elf.
What did you say when you took the oracles into the biodome? I sat on the fence. I was like, I can't vouch for them, but I'll watch them very closely.
I said I vouch for them.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
I was
Good on
like,
you.
I'm vouching. I like these little choices you get to make, even if they make no
They mean-
concrete
oh, yeah,
difference.
obviously,
They
yeah.
mean nothing, but they feel good to me.
And now we've just got a bunch of people telling us to eat chicken.
Eat chicken. Oh, bless you,
Christopher,
you guys.
we will eat chicken. Thank you. Drakith writer, we will eat chicken. Thank you.
Except this is USD, so you might not have enough. Fair.
We'll have enough, don't
seriously,
worry.
good point.
Thank
No,
you.
I think your powers combined have enabled chicken. Thank you, guys.
Christopher, Drakith,
Enrico. Oh, bless you guys.
and ISO Cabbages.
Cabbages. Thank you, everyone, for getting on the chicken train.
Thank you, fam. I enjoy chicken, and I will enjoy.
do.
So now we have to have
Now we
wine and
have to-
chicken
now we
tonight.
have to wine and-
Can't wait. Right.
Can't wait.
My parents are probably tied up downstairs.
Yeah.
There's probably
Bound
shit
and
all up the
gagged,
walls.
like it's-
We better go down and relieve them and
we
save them
should.
from our kids.
Yeah.
This has been a really, really fun stream,
Yeah,
guys.
it's been a great
Thank you.
podcast.
I've
Thank you,
thoroughly
everybody.
enjoyed it. Hope you got your drops if you were watching on Twitch. Thank you if you did
Please.
watch this show recorded live. Thank you if you are listening later on your platform of choice. Thank you if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, where it always is.
Yes,
we
and,
won't.
and thanks to anyone on Twitch who sent like subs or anything like that. We will have a review. We'll have a look at those afterwards and give you a shout out on the next stream,
And
which is going to
I'm-
be soon.
Well, I might stream
No.
later.
Yeah,
give me
today.
half an hour. And
Right
I'll probably
now.
come back and stream.
Yeah, Tally will
and
probably
I
be
won't
back.
stop streaming until the chicken arrives
On Twitch. Oh, that's a threat.
Yeah, it's like, I'm definitely not getting chicken. See you in a couple of days. But it has been really, really good. Thank you,
Yeah.
guys. I love patch time. Patch time is always a
too.
good time. Gonna be a good weekly reset this week as well. Thank you for helping us formulate our thoughts. Thank you for all the kind words. And we will see you next episode. From me, Taliesin.
And me, Evatel.
Cheerio.